Mm. Hey, there's Colleen. How are you? Merry Christmas, Limey. That is correct. Merry Christmas. Don't know why I went live. I'm a little late, but I can only do so much. So let me post the link up for everybody if you want to join. Obviously, no one's forced to join, but they're welcome to join. There you go. Merry Christmas, 2X. Glad you're here. I'm eating festive Oreos and milk. So and I'm BRG had something out. Well, it's good. I've been fairly lazy today. Last night I stayed out till 4 in the morning working on a turbo small block Ford for a friend. And then got home and went to bed and got up at 10 to go to her parents' Christmas. And got home, got about halfway into my project that I wanted to do, and then her car broke down. So that's what I did today. Hopefully, you guys have a little bit better experience than I've had since that. It's been a nightmare. But it could be worse. Many people have it worse. Does the Ford run? What Ford? Oh. I don't have a Ford. Jeff's got a Ford. Does it? Oh, the one I worked on. No, it does not. I wish I could show some pictures. Yes, your Ford runs a lot better. It runs a lot better than the one I worked on. It's you can't see that. Hang on a second. Let me get that. Let me get where I can get to do that. The settings, right? Settings. Yeah. None. There you go. Just frosting my daughter's B-Day cake. She is 14 today. Well, Merry Christmas and happy birthday. It's a single cab short bed Ranger. Let's see. You probably can't see that, but that is a 302 Ford sitting in there. So hopefully he'll do it to my standards so that we can try and make real power out of it. I know a lot of people don't like spending money, but man, it helps. It had some type of weird TBI injection on it from like a really weird company. I've never heard it before in my life. So it ran 15s in the quarter mile with a turbo 302. When I saw it, it ran 17s. Did it say Acme on it? Did the Ford say? I have no idea. I don't think so. What? Yes. The turbo Ford went 15s, and it's a nightmare. We won't talk about that. Oh, Looney Tunes joke. Yeah. So it was a nightmare when he first bought it, and they paid a lot of money for it. So it really was bad. And Wile E. Coyote. I got you. I can't believe I got this many people here on Christmas Eve. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me. I had nothing else to do. I was watching YouTube, and I'm like, I need to do something before I fall asleep and become useless. So here I am. If you have questions, want to know anything, I know a little bit. Don't have lives either. Yeah, like I said, I was. It was a nice day. It got ruined by life, so this is what I got to live for today. It could be worse. Like I said, I'm living a much better life today than a lot of people have in past. So, got to be thankful for that. But today sucked. But we can make up for it right here, right now. However you want to do that. I just keep getting blown up from somebody. If I sound like I'm tired and I'm sick, it's because I'm tired and I think I'm sick. So there's that. It kicks you in the guts, but you're amongst some of the best people on YouTube. Yep. Wait, but I'm one of the most best. I don't know about all that. Good luck. But yeah, like I said, I'm living a lot better than a lot of people live their normal lives every day. So I have a lot to be grateful for. It just sucked because today was like the perfect window of weather. Like 60, I think it got up to 61 or something like that today at the high. Which, if you know where I live at, 61 here in December is like unheard of. Like right now, it's 52. Yeah, I'm gonna try. It's what I got. I'm working on the enclosed trailer so that I can finish up some of that stuff to get some more videos out. And I've been working on the Motor Trend video for weeks now, just trying to perfect it as much as I can. I mean, I literally, really, I know people always yell at me that I say that I don't have time, but I really don't. Life is really tough with my schedule. Yeah, so I'm doing a little, not an expose, but basically showing you what. Hey, JDM Civic, what's up, man? Having a little fun before tomorrow for Christmas. Hey, there's Barrows. Merry Christmas. It's 61 here. Well, you're in South Carolina. I'm in Indiana. It should be like 40s at least. But yeah, as far as the Motor Trend video, it's they did a car called the Bone Marrow. Um, they kind of put it together poorly. They really did. So I'm doing kind of like an expose, I guess you would call it, on that. I don't want to call it an expose because I'm not exposing anything that's not true. You know, usually when you're exposing something, it's something that's false. But well, whatever. We'll get that in the video. You'll be able to see that. Hey, Mike Carhole, what is up, man? I don't know. I could post that link again if you want. Merry Christmas to you too. I got my cat meowing at me. Invite. Copy. Yes. Functional histories. The weather here was great. You're about 2 hours from me. I posted the link up if somebody would like to join. You know, that's what I mean. I don't want to put the video out without making sure it's good quality. And honestly, it probably won't be. I'm not a good creator. Like, I don't say that because I can make videos, but when it comes to, how should I say it? Making creative statements based on something that I've watched, it's tough. Big old 15 here and dropping like David Griffin back in the 90s. Ooh, 15 degrees. I hope that's Celsius. Asking Santa for new car parts. Well, all I can say is Santa done came and went for me. And he took my wallet with him. So, was 50 there? Yeah, see, that's not bad still. I mean, it's 52 right now. Yeah, the high was 61. So, you know, that's pretty good for December in Indiana, which is cool. Hey, there's Dean Stevenson's. Happy Hanukkah, mofo-ers. 8 days if fun has begun. Sure. I'll take a front end of an Evo if Santa is being generous. Okay, so the Evos. I personally have never seen an actual Evo in person, ever. Hey, it's Steven, or Big Block. See, it's Steven, that's right. But Mike, yeah, I've literally never seen one on the road driving. Are they unpopular? Are there like low manufacturer numbers or what? They are like unicorns, always on jack stands. Okay. I have a crashed one in my garage. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. I have a Harley. Wrong Evo though, right? I have a feeling. I would say he's talking about the Mitsubishi Evo, not the. I don't even know. Does Harley make an Evo? Is that an EV? I don't know. I don't know anything about motorcycles. Other than if I bought one, I'd probably die on it. Come on, dumb cat. Quit making loud noises. Ah, you clean up nice. Yeah, yeah. Well, this is one of my old. I don't know if I can. Uh, there you go. One of my old shirts. Yeah, I know. Evolution motor. Huh, okay. Yeah, it was my daily driver for 15 years, and I crashed it a few months ago. Well, that stinks. Oh, and by the way, thanks for joining us, 38 POS. I know I'm boring, but it's better this way than any other way. So here we are. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days to get. What did I calculate? 98 watch hours. Cat's going nuts. Tried to get some stuff done in Chevelle and rained and drizzled, but no snow. Well, that's a plus. Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm thinking coming up there'll be a couple multi-hour live streams where like I stream for like 3 or 4 hours. Which tonight will probably be one of them. There's Mike's car hole. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
What's up, bro? How you doing today?
I'm living the dream.
Good deal, man.
What's new in the car hole world?
Shit, nothing. We did our Christmas stuff today because I work tomorrow.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
Work. You work Christmas Day? Really?
Yep.
Hmm. That's no
Yep.
fun.
It'll
Are
be
you?
alright though.
Are you at least inside?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, and it's not super cold where I live either, so it's not
Oh,
it's not terrible.
that's good. Man, he dressed like a cool dude. Restroom break. I need to put plumbing out here in the shop. Well, I recommend it.
Yeah. Put in the garage. I have a garage sink in mine, and that thing is wonderful.
Yeah, JDM, we can help you with that. Well, I'm trying to get there, and I've slacked off a little bit, but 8 watchers right now.
Yeah, I should
Seven
be
minutes.
going in a little while.
Oh, he'll be live. I see his symbol, but no pic of him. Yeah, you just got a mic on. You're not. You don't have a camera or nothing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can show you what I look like, but I'm
No.
just kind of chilling.
Someone said it in the comments. I'm like, I don't think he has a, a camera. Uh, no,
But yeah, I'll be going live. I'll be going live on my channel later. I'll fire up my computer and all that. I think the last time I went live was on Thanksgiving. So JDM, Civic, and I are going to go live, and another one of my friends, Loki.
I'll have to join in maybe if you if you want me there.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to come join. We'll more than likely just be playing music and BS, and it won't be. I mean, we'll try to talk about cars, but we'll more than likely just talk about holiday stuff.
Yeah, I give you credit for a 3/4. Hey, there's one-eyed cat. Harley is here. She says I
Yeah,
found my
She's a
letter.
good person. That and I know was it the other day. You thought maybe we were trolling.
Yeah, I couldn't. Well, usually the new viewers I get from the
Yeah.
community that we're kind of in, like, so it was different. I typically don't get new viewers from outside sources.
Am I back?
Good Santa. Oh, okay.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I've been able to
Yeah,
hear
having
you.
issues. But yeah, the other day when Harley came in, that is her legit name. That is 100% her name.
I can say that she has a cool name at least. That's for sure. The question is though, did her parents ride Harley Davidsons?
I think they were more Indian people.
Really? Interesting.
She's gonna fire off some smart comment over towards me now.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Whatever gets the hours in. Absolutely. I honestly didn't expect this many people to show up on Christmas Eve. I figured I'd be in here talking to myself.
so she wants me to explain her name. So she just recently went through a divorce, and I'm not gonna mention her other name that she had, but
Sure.
when she went through the divorce, she decided to change her last name to Davidson. Her name's always been Harley, and she's a huge Harley Davidson fan.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
she just made it official. That's the background on her name.
She will have people questioning that her entire life if she keeps that name. Because it's hard to believe. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, it's her legit name for sure.
Indians are better built bikes, I think. Heck, I don't know. Could be. This Indian stay in the cupboard. Oh, jeez.
As a joke with our late night crew. One of the guys I do the show with, his name is Loki. He's Native American, and she's always telling him to get back in the cupboard.
Nice. But yeah, I'd update y'all. Santa is in Greenland right now. Like Greenland, South Carolina?
I think the country up by Iceland.
Oh, country. I was thinking city. Bad news. There is no Santa. Not at this household.
Well, Santa came this morning.
Santa flew in, took some of my stuff, and took my wallet, and then left. Yeah, I bought a big turbo. That was my Christmas gift. Was a turbo.
Was that from JDM?
No, I had to. I bought one off of Facebook. Come all the way out from Texas, I think.
I got a huge pack of 10 mil sockets for Christmas.
That'll come in handy.
Yeah, I go through those quite a bit. I even have a 10 mil socket tattooed on my arm.
Mine, okay, so I've never had an issue with the 10 millimeter. It's always been 7/16.
Well, it's because you work on more American-made cars,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So it's the 7/16 or half inch equivalent.
Right.
Because when I'm working on like my C10, the half inch is always the one I'm trying to find for my like American cars.
It's like 10 millimeters I'm pretty good about. And I'm also a little careful, I guess.
You know, JDM needs a lot of 10 mil sockets.
Yeah, so I drive a Toyota Camry, so I have to work on it, but not very often. Thank God. I guess I could show this too. I bought me a Harbor Freight grinder, battery powered grinder. I don't know. Someone said they're pretty good, and so I thought I would see if they were right.
I've had very little success with any motorized things from Harbor Freight.
Well, I bought
one thing over the years. I think. Well, I got a heat gun and I bought a skill saw like 12 years ago that's still kicking. But other than that, I burn up everything motorized I get from Harbor Freight.
I bought a Impact from there because it was an open box. It was used, and it's been with us for a year or two now, and I've liked it. So I mean, just took the guard off for safety reasons. I throw the guards away. Quarter-inch
For like your grinder for the grinder.
Yeah. See, if you look at I don't know if you can see the screen or not, but I took the guard off. I don't keep the guards on.
I've had quite a few emergency room trips from cutting myself, and I had a guard.
Okay, so guards, when you're doing what I do, guards get in the way, and then you get caught up in something, and you try and manipulate the grinder to try and get it out, and then you end up like jamming it somehow, and it like flings back at you. I hate it. Usually what I can do is turn it off with no wheel or with no guard, and then it grabs the metal and it stays there. It won't try and kick back at you when you're prying on it. But it's a pain in the mess. Let me know how they work for. I was looking at that one. I mean, they can't be that bad. I have a Milwaukee one, and it's nice. The guy that owns a classic junkyard here has those Hercules battery tools he has for loaners. They're actually pretty good. They're, like I said, they're not bad tools. Like the few that I've touched and had in my hands, they're not like garbage. How long they last is, I don't know. Sweet, I like them. I just think the old Indians were built better in the 70s. Harley has a leaky undercarriage. Oh, jeez.
We have a clip of Harley saying something about being a leaky Harley that we occasionally play during lives.
Oh,
So
I got you.
it's an inside joke. We tricked her into saying terrible stuff, and we replay it for her all the time.
Nice. JDM Civic. I like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Yeah, so Dad had DeWalt for years, like the the original battery powered DeWalt. God, them things were junk compared to what we got now.
He didn't. If JDM Civic didn't spend all that money on DeWalt and those tools, he could afford air conditioning in his Civic.
I can't hate the man there. I don't have it either. I use the battery Hercules cutoff wheel to cut out the floor shifter hump in the 60-tune Fairlane. Yeah, I mean, it sounds a little funky, but I think every tool has a sound for itself. Like my Milwaukee grinder is different than the Metabos that I have. I don't know. It's probably just the way they're made somehow. LOL. AC is for Evos. I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen an Evo in person ever.
Well, there's quite a few videos of it on my channel, but like I said, I crashed it. I want to say, I don't remember. It was like either July or August. I crashed it at highway speeds into a wall. So I'm still debating on exactly what I'm going to do with the car, but it's going to be rebuilt in some form or fashion.
Did just like hydroplane or just like break or something? Or do you know?
So no, I know what happened. I was behind the wheel. The traffic went to a complete stop. I hit the brakes. My ABS wasn't working, so I went into like a slide.
Yeah.
So I tried to go into the shoulder. There was plenty of room in the shoulder, but it was relatively fresh poured asphalt, and there was like a lot of loose gravel and stuff on top.
Yeah.
So when I went into the shoulder, my car started to veer back towards traffic because I was in the left lane.
Ooh.
And so instead of going out and hitting somebody else's car, I yanked it real hard and put it into the wall. So I went from like about 70 miles an hour, and I think when I hit the wall, I was doing about 50.
Oh, it stinks.
So, but fortunately, I wasn't hurt. I didn't hit anybody else.
That's fair.
The only thing damaged was my car.
The good thing is that's at least rebuildable. It's hard to rebuild a human when they're dead.
Right. Yeah, and I've been looking at it because my frame is bent, but the Evo's kind of similar to the classic muscle cars where they have the like the old or the old Camaros where they have the bolt-on subframe to the
Yep.
So the Evo's similar to that. They have what's called they call them chassis legs on the Evo, and they're spot welded on. But I can take those chassis legs off, which in my car needed to be replaced anyways. Straighten the unibody and then put the new chassis legs back on and be good to go. So the only problem is they're just because it's such a rare car, it's really hard to get fresh, clean chassis legs. So, but it's still very repairable.
27. In the shop, though, I use the plug-in for grinders and cutoff wheels. I like the pure torque over battery. Yeah, batteries. To me, battery-powered tools are meant for the
ladies.
Yeah. That's a better way of saying it, I guess. No, like if I had to go to the junkyard to cut something off, or if I gotta travel to somebody to work on their car, that's to me what it's for, or what it's best for. Chevelle, it's always my Harley way of thinking. Tell that to the driveway it sits in. Good skills. JDM. You can always tell Mike you have a better Evo. Oh, so does JDM have a better Evo?
No, he has a Civic without air conditioning. No, but he did put out some videos, I think, today on his Civic. He did some pretty good roller shots where he's at. They turned out pretty good. But JDM will throw shots at me all day long, which is cool. I can go with it. He's a good dude.
Well, you got to give each other crap.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way to be friends. GoPro 360. Dude, I love mine. What I don't like, though, is have you figured out an easy way to get footage into somewhere and edit it? Like, I got Premiere Pro, but I've not found an easy way to like format it and do all that. So
I know there's a couple different platforms you can use editing. I know one of my YouTube friends, he does all of his video editing on Canva.
Canva, that's terrifying.
Yeah, he does all. He does a really good job too, man. Like because I only use Canva for like little stuff here and there, thumbnails, things like that. But this dude makes full length 20-minute videos on Canva, and his edits are really good. Transitions, background music, all that, voiceovers. He does a really awesome job on Canva alone.
And Loki joined us. So, hey, Loki, how are you?
Yeah, Harley was in here talking bad about Indians, Loki.
There is an app on your phone for GoPro Max 360. Then you can export it there and import it into the Premiere. Okay, I'll have to try that. Thanks. I don't use it very often, pretty much only at the track, but it's fun to watch stuff in 360, even just random stuff.
Oh, I saw the title of your video. You think you'll have the fastest time this year at No Name Nationals?
That's the plan.
I know somebody that's coming with some big heat this year for No Name Nationals.
Yeah,
they're going for the. There's this truck that's going to be showing up is going to be, because you guys are running 8th mile at the No Name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be low 6s.
Levi is above all of the factionalism. He's GM Chevy. Yeah, well, that's how I grew up. I like all vehicles pretty much, as long as there's nothing actually wrong with them. As far as like main design, I'm good. Like I worked on a Subaru. Go ahead.
I'm saying, well, the nice thing though about Ford is they highlight the problem on the front. So
yeah, right.
If you get a Ford, they circled it in the front and highlighted it for you. So that's your choice.
You found on Reddit Road Dead. Jeff here says that truck better pack a lunch. He's got.
I'm not talking about my truck. My truck is not a drag truck. The one that's in this picture.
No, I think he's just talking about what you were saying, that whoever's truck that was better pack a lunch. He's bringing a front engine dragster or something like that. I'm not even sure what it's powered by yet. I think it's going to be Ford powered, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff. I don't know. But it'll be certainly cool. Maybe he said small block Chevy. I don't remember. But yeah, like my car will do, like, I think we were down to 630s in the 8th, which is My car
Fast.
probably weighs as much as the truck you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a short bed C10 that will be running.
It's honestly, and what's sad is it's probably actually pretty similar in weight.
Yeah, I want to say because it's the truck is gutted. It's getting pretty close to being done, and it's not mine. Somebody else. But I know that they'll be at the No Name Nationals this year. They wanted me to help come film for them. So
That'd be
um,
cool.
so I mean I may go run, but none of my stuff's fast. So I go. I'm just going to be down there to have fun and meet everybody.
Not
But
about that.
but yeah, there's going to be some fast cars there this year.
There's nothing actually wrong with any Chevrolet. That's actually a problem for JDM ownership. We got like me. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any problem with any cars. Like I said, as long as they're not. Oh, here he goes. Hillborn injected Chevy on 30% nitro. So crazy, wicked. Jeff is crazy. He's a character. I like him. Can't be mad at you, Loki. You know you're my favorite Indian. Oh, jeez. Carhol, if you need help, I can help you with that. I basically own a video production studio. So there
Well,
you go.
as JDM found out the other night, I got to get better internet. My internet is worse than McDonald's Wi-Fi right now.
I don't know what McDonald's you had, but the one that we went to that we used the one time, I don't remember where I was. It may not have been a McDonald's, but we were using it for something. Like I don't know if it was for school or something, but it was pretty good. For a restaurant, it had pretty good Wi-Fi. He definitely needs help. Oh, look. Okay, so now she's talking smack, bud. You may want to.
She's talking smack to me.
Yeah, she need to. Or she's talking smack about you. She said, "JDM, he definitely needs help." That's talking about you.
She might be referring to just because I haven't produced any videos in a while.
He has the selective Wi-Fi. Selects what it allows you to hear him say. Ah, jeez. I believe that. So they come out. They're gonna be next Friday? So the 5th. No, this Friday, the 29th. They'll be announcing next year's date for No Name Nationals. Which
I'm gonna make JDM show up and run his car.
Is that a long drive for you guys to Missouri?
For me it will be. I'm in Virginia.
Oh, funny you say that. That's where the guy that runs it, I think, is from.
Yeah, was it John Wilburn?
Yeah, I think he's from Virginia.
Yep. Yeah, I've talked to John a couple of times. I want to even sit down on the panel with him a couple times too.
That was awful. I think I need to put a seat belt on my toilet. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. I didn't want to have that picture. Hashtag Florida. So we do have some fellow Floridians or Florida men from there that show up to No Name National. So they're from New Smyrna Beach. They're good people. They got a really cool Dart, Dodge Dart, and then the one drives I think it's a, what do they call those? I don't want to call it a Super B because I don't think that's what it is, but it looks like one. I'm not a Mopar guy, so I don't know everything. But it's stick shift and it's cool. You smiled though. I did smile, but it was because you mentioned your awful bathroom experience. Levi has a finely developed Germanic sense of humor. Oh, God. My sense of humor is too dark for YouTube.
Shit, come join my panel. You'll see dark.
Look what that said. That sounded, yeah. Harley's right.
Harley's got a song that was made for her, since she sends out fucking dick pics to people.
Oh God.
So she's got a song. She's got a song that was written for her by some musicians, and it's called "No Dick on the Screen."
You must have learnt it on your trip to Germany. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's good that people get out and see the world, but that's one place I would not recommend going to see. It's Belgium, Germany. I don't know. They're not nice places. No. If you like cars, don't even try and go. To me, it's not worth it. Yeah. Functional histories. Instant demonetization. Laugh my ass off. Absolutely. I get unsolicited and I share. Sharing is caring. Well, hey, when you get them sent to you, they're giving you permission to spread it to whoever doesn't want to see it.
Yeah, I dropped. I'm not a mod, but I dropped the link to the song in the chat.
I don't see it. Or is it in the private chat? Oh, no?
I can put it in. I can drop it here too if you want.
Because I don't see it in my chat. If you do it in the private chat, I'll copy and paste it.
There we go. Put it in the private chat. But yeah, that's the song that.
Check this out.
That's the song that was written for Harley by Stack 727 and Nonrilla.
Oh God, the YouTube audit team are New Zealanders. Dick is okay. They think it's a deck. Buck is in Pennsylvania. Who else is up there in the automotive YouTubes? I'm not sure.
Street Speed 717 is in basically Hershey. But he's a pretty big YouTuber. I don't think he's part of the No Name Nationals group.
No. Now, my first year of... I go to LS Fest almost every year. Well, now that we got a car. And I've had a blast at every one of them. But I think the first one, a person by the name of Guitar Armageddon ZL1 or something like that.
Oh, yeah. He used to be part of Street Speed's team or group.
Yeah, right. That's I made that connection somehow. I don't know him. I just seen him there. Care if I mention something about our channel over here, Levi? I don't care, dude. This is a free for all. Just don't get me banned. That's all I ask. Loki, but I don't want to see them either. So if I have to, y'all have to. Listen, pal. North of Buck. North. Okay, one-eyed. You're gonna have to either spell that correctly or tell me exactly how you say that.
He's saying he's 2 hours north of Buck.
Oh, okay.
Just no space there. That's all.
Well, because I'm like, I don't remember where they're from, and I was thinking in my head like Norfolk, Virginia, or something. I'm like, wait a minute, is he trying to say that? So, functional histories. We're auctioning off a diecast version of Vice Grip Garage's Independence on our community page. If anyone's interested, it's at $25 right now. So, if you want something that looks like Vice Grip Garage's Chevelle, I think, go buy it. I think Mike is ahead of me getting you banned. Oh, for sure.
I won't do anything to hurt your channel, man. You ought to. You want to see crazy stuff, man? Just pop into one of my lives, and it doesn't get banned.
Oh well, we'd seen one the other night that like. So, I think every at least every other word was an F-bomb or a cuss word of some sort, and it didn't get banned for the first 24 hours. So I feel like we're gonna be okay.
Well, I think when it comes to your language, as long as you don't talk about the alphabet soup, you're
Yeah,
good. And then I believe if you, as long as you don't drop like any big swear words in your first like 5 minutes of your live, you're
I've heard
good.
that.
Yeah, it's like the first. I want to say it's like 3 to 5 minutes. As long as you don't drop the F bomb, you're good. Unless somebody reports you. But even
No, yeah,
still, it's bots that are listening. So you could pretty much say, like I said, you can say pretty much whatever you want. You just can't talk about the alphabet soup.
oh God. I skate the edge. He seems to have a leapt over it. Nah, we all leap over it. We just don't know it yet. Don't make me reshare some certain pics of a feathered fiend, Harley. That's please. I beg you don't do that. I deleted over 3,000 pictures the other day, but those I did save. Never know when you'll need them. That's wonderful. That's great. 3,000. At what point do you say no more? Well, I'm monetized on my real channel, and we say all kinds of stuff. I'm not monetized, so I mean, get me demonetized, I guess, if you could. If I get on your page,
Well,
just mute me for the first 5 minutes. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I'm
have
not.
you? So are you pretty new to doing lives?
Um, yes, kind of.
Do you know? Do you know how to put up overlays and things? Because one of the things that can you can lose your channel for like almost instantly is if you get porn bombed. And so if you're bringing up somebody you don't know or don't trust, you want to throw up an overlay. So if somebody comes in to do a porn bomb, it's covered.
An overlay.
So in your settings on the side, I can't see what you see because I'm not on mine, but you have 4 different boxes, and then there'll be an overlay. But you can basically put whatever picture you want that covers the whole screen. And then if you bring up somebody that you don't know, you'd want to throw up the overlay till you know that you can trust them. Because if somebody turns on their camera and porn bombs you, a lot of times when people do that, they're already chilling, ready to report you. And I've watched people's channels disappear. Your live will just end right in the middle of it and your channel's gone. So it's just a couple of those things like you gotta get the hang of now before that kind of stuff starts showing up.
It's sad to even have to worry about that.
Right, but it's one of those things you should practice. And then like for me, I typically don't drop my StreamYard link in the chat. Most people connect with me on IG. So I'll just send out, if somebody wants to join me on the panel, I'll just send them the link. That way I know who I'm bringing up, I trust. But when I do drop it in the like I said, if I drop the StreamYard link in the chat, I'll just watch because like you can see me at the bottom of your screen, and I can turn on my camera, but if I turn on my camera or something else, if you had an overlay up, you'd be covering me.
I don't know how to do that. Layouts, maybe?
Yeah, it should be in layouts, and then you scroll down, and they'll be like, because you can change your background, you can add background pictures, and then you can do an overlay. Oh, that's at the bottom. It's going to be over on the right. See, so that's a decent way to do it too. So if you're bringing somebody up, you can just make yourself full screen.
Yeah.
And then you can still communicate with me. Because even still, like if I was that last one you were just on, if I could, I'm not the person that would do that to you. Just giving you a heads up.
Right.
But yeah, you can go full screen on yourself, and then we can just talk that way.
Right. Happens a lot in the troll community, I guess. I mean, I guess if people got to do that to make them feel better, I guess,
All it takes is like I said, man, it's just one of those things. Get the hang of just all it would take is one time somebody coming up here and porn bombing you, and it's done. your channel could be gone that fast. So
There's Thumper the sweaty fat guy. What is up? Yeah, I promise I'm I'm not a troll. I wish I was. I'd probably have a lot more fun, but I'm not. I'm honestly probably too serious with YouTube. I probably need to be more laid back with it, but that's just who I am. I have a personal goal of beating Dallas for low ET. Well, technically Dallas don't have low ET unless you're considering like if you're the only two at the event. Because right now, as it sits, I believe 550, I think, was low ET overall in the whole event. Over, was it? This is the fourth one, right? Right? No, it's third. Third. God, I'm losing track. Trolling gets exhausting, to be honest. Yeah. Hey, there's Wendy English. How's Wendy? But yeah, I think 550 is what it would require to have low T of the event, period. Do I do any drift car stuff? I don't, and I would love to. I just don't have money to. I don't have drift car money.
all you need is an LS and a welder, man.
Well, I got plenty of those. I just don't have I guess time. It's not really money, but I'd also have to find a car to put it in. I just don't have time for that.
Man, just go get yourself one of those V6 Mustangs, swap an LS into it, weld up the diff, boom, drift car. Fucking $500 for a piece of shit or a V6 Mustang, and just send it.
Mike's car hole. That's who that is. When did you guys come on my live the first? Was it last week?
Yeah, I think it was like Thursday or Friday. Like I said, I've been a part of the No Name Nationals group since the beginning.
I don't remember. But my memory's terrible, dude. So don't don't feel bad.
Yeah, I think the first No Name Nationals, I missed out being able to go by like a couple hundred, or not couple hundred, but like I don't know, 30 or 40 subs or something. And then I couldn't go this year. So, but yeah, it's been, I've been a part of it since the beginning, kind of. Well, since the first year.
No, well, that's cool. I don't remember much, so don't feel bad. JDM, does pushing a neighbor's car sideways down a dirt road with my truck count? I believe it does. That's just my opinion. I just stole my love yesterday. I feel lighter now. Oh, sold my love. I'm like, what? I didn't know he had a love either.
Dang, that's a truck that I've been wanting to get, a Chevy Love.
Dude, they're uncommon. Is I'll get out. JDM, you had that guy with the Ford Ranger up there. Yeah, Ken, that's his name.
Yeah, JDM was the guy with the Ford Ranger too. They were fucking reminiscing about their terrible vehicles.
The Ford Ranger is like one of those things that like it became a meme and it's hysterical.
The Ford fucking Ranger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It became a meme and like now they're almost overpriced. Like if you look up on Facebook in my area for a Ford Ranger, you're paying over $3,000 for a rusted out piece of junk. For a Ford fucking Ranger. Dented Dreams bought it. Oh, I don't know who that is, but hopefully they do something with it. Just open presents. Same stuff I get every year. Nothing good here. Well, what'd you get? Did you at least get underwear or something? I mean,
Yeah, you never ask another man about his underwear.
socks, maybe some shirts.
Oh, hopefully you got some spark plugs.
Well, you do need those.
Oh.
Run by
Well,
military.
anyways, man, I gotta let you go. But thanks for letting me up. And
Yeah, yeah.
if you want, you're welcome to come by. I think I'll be going live in about three or so hours. So more than welcome to come by and hang out at mine if you want.
Sure. I don't know. I might be in bed at that point. That'll be midnight for me.
Yep.
But I'll try and swing it.
All right, man. Like I
Have a
said,
good
no
night.
worries. You too. Later, bro.
Okay, now I'm back to the big fat head. Let's do. Now I'm back. I don't want to show that. There you go. There. Something in the background. Racer, tell him I will sell him a 5.3 for it. And Ford guys, we have very complicated technical problems that all other car makers don't have except Mercedes-Benz. So far, the only thing I got for myself, but I have a feeling some cookies might be showing up soon. Well, there you go. Say goodbye to Mike's car hole for the night. Has nearly caught me. Maybe I should make some content and extend my lead. I don't know what you mean by caught you, but I'm probably close. I don't know about working hard, but I've been working, trying my best to do what I can. So what's new with everybody in the chat? Oh, later, Carl. Levi, your sub count. Oh, I am 1340. You're at 1250. Is it 1250? Actually, it's 1256. Oh, get it right. Nah. But yeah, I don't know. Sub count doesn't mean much to me. Yeah, Dean's got it right. 1250.5. There's a half a person sub to me somewhere. But yeah, sub count, I've never really tried to make sub counts matter to me. I mean, they do matter, but they don't. I mean, like, as far as your watch hours and getting paid by YouTube, technically, subscriber count doesn't mean much. You have 1,314 submissives bending to my will. Is that how you explain it to people? Turbo Tom. Same stuff. Socks, shirts, jeans, underwear, and no tools or flashlights. Well, I think they're expecting you to buy that, which is understandable. But then again, wouldn't it be nice for someone to buy that kind of stuff for you? Same capacity as an Opel Cadet engine. Is this a coincidence? Nope, I think not. But yeah, just trying to work at my watch hours, I guess. I think it would be a little strange to buy a fleshlight for another man. I mean, I don't know. Hey, you never know. It would. Well, it depends. Is the guy lonely? I mean, hey, wouldn't you go? That's a good friend. He knows what I need. I don't know. That's probably wrong. Don't do what I said. But could be wrong. Someone needs to join me. Because as much as I love talking to myself, as long as it's a new, yes, as long as it's new, yeah. Don't get them a used one. That's probably a bad friendship. You probably won't have a friend after that. That would be very, very gross. You want one team? Oh, Lord. You guys are killing it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my. Oh, wait. All right. Down to 11. I don't know what else to discuss. What do we think the quickest ET at the No Name Nationals will be? Always buys me tools or car memorabilia. Well, that's good. My Mrs. Ecstasy has a bunch of loud, loud music playing in the background. You don't need a copyright strike, Levi. Oh, that's all right. You drag down the quality of streams. I don't know. If you call this quality content, there might be something wrong with you. But then again, it's probably not the worst. I've seen some pretty bad. Your kids ask for money. Hey, there's Don with his.
Sounded like you needed a friend tonight, Levi.
I do. I'm very tired, very sick, and sleepy.
Sleepy.
The bah humbug. So I just learned that term this year. I had never ever heard that word before in my life.
Really?
Nope. She said it, and I'm like, huh? What is that? I thought she was nuts.
What?
Bah
No.
humbug.
It's a real thing.
I have never heard it. Sure, I won't go. Ouch. Will I? Is it ET compliant? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, there's something wrong with him. Me? Probably.
There's something wrong with everybody. It's just a matter of whether it's visual or audible or.
Tall Garage says, watch a Christmas movie. Jeez, or ease. I don't know.
Geez, that's what he meant.
Well, here.
You get better at your chat reading skills.
Me?
Yeah, there's typos and missing spaces and all that good stuff.
Well, it probably sounds like when I'm talking, it probably sounds like I'm having a stroke. Because
about half. Yeah.
So, Die Hard is a good Christmas movie. Never seen it.
Never seen Die Hard with Bruce Willis.
Nope.
No yippee ki yay, huh?
Nope. Okay. So that's one of the most number one things I get made fun of is for my lack of movies that I've seen. I don't have. I wish I would love for people to sit in my shoes.
I know it's like I go upstairs at night. I watch TV for a little bit, and it's like I'll look. It's like, oh, a good movie on. I'll record that later, so I can cut through the commercials. I don't think I've watched a movie in 3 months, but I got them all recorded.
Tall Garage says, "WTF? Watch Die Hard." So I guess I have to.
I don't know how it's considered a Christmas movie, other than it's at Christmas time in the movie.
Who knows? They could have given me stickers for my channel or video recording stuff. That's true. At last, a Ford guy who knows the importance of LS heads, Honda blocks, and side valves and iron dukes. Does he know the importance of them, or is he just using them? I don't know. But yeah, I'm not much of a moviegoer, and it's like the number one thing people hate me for.
Blade Runner. That's an old Harrison Ford movie.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. It's a Christmas movie. Okay. Interesting. He's using them as content. Yes, he is. So what's new in your world?
Oh, nothing. There's where I'm working now, they're shutting down for a week, so I guess I'll go hunting.
Hey, that's a nice idea.
Yeah, I didn't. Hello, Brooke.
Can you really hear that?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I'm
She's-
tuned. I'm tuned to females.
Okay. Dude, she's 15 feet away.
You got a good mic then.
But when I'm talking, I'm not loud. Well,
Yeah. You're about normal, but saying it's
okay.
picked her up there in the background. Yeah, I didn't get to go rifle deer hunting much because it was, we was working. But this Christmas to New Year's, they're shutting down for a week, and that's when our late season starts. So I'll probably be in the woods most of the week.
So does that improve company morale? Shutting down for a week.
Oh yeah, you should see people coming to the gate because I'm in shipping and receiving. I'm in the parts crib.
Okay.
So if they need anything, they come to the window or they drop off, order sheets.
Right.
And they're like, "Oh man," people saying, "Oh man, you can't wait for this shutdown." Need to get away from this effing place and this.
Right. Well, that's good. Hi, LP. How are you?
I won't get paid for it, but hey,
Well, I've been saying that even unpaid time off is still better than working paid when you're burnt out.
right? Yeah, hopefully we'll go back with a good mindset.
Right.
The only thing sucks is saying that once the beginning of the year, it's like there ain't no holidays till what? Good Friday.
Yeah.
It's like the longest stretch of the year.
Well, mine, I don't know when my holidays are. I'd have to look at the sheet to be honest, but I get New Year's off, which is good. Lars, you all. Oh, jeez.
Hello, Lars.
Tell Garage, I dream of electronic sheep. That's different. I feel your pain. When MTV came out, all my friends would talk about it. I didn't have cable. It's not that I can't watch the movies, it's that I don't watch the movies. I'm able to, I just choose not to, I guess.
Makes it a lot easier if you can flip through the commercials.
Right. Yeah, I'm just not much of. It's the other thing is I can't sit down and what should I say, not do anything. Like right now, I'm doing something, but just to sit there and watch something that isn't informational or creative, I guess.
I don't know. I don't mind a good sit down movie. But the only thing sucks is you don't know it until you're like a third of the way through it if it's a good one or not.
Right. I will say I like comedies. I'm a big comedy guy. Especially like dumb comedies. I like dumb comedy, which sounds stupid, but
Well, it fits right in your wheelhouse.
right. But there were others. Ever read The Jungle by Upton Sinclair?
Nope.
Thumper says airplane.
That's a hilarious movie.
Oh, it's a movie?
Oh, you would love that one. If you like comedies or stupid comedies, that's it. With
Okay.
Leslie Nelson. That was so back in the late 70s, early 80s, I think.
Turbo Tom. My son got Monopoly Queen. What is that? Is that like the band Queen?
I don't know. They got 1,000 different Monopoly games out there. It might be.
I am serious, and stop calling me Shirley. I have heard that saying.
That's in the movie Airplane.
I may have watched it then. Because I remember that saying, that sentence. I don't remember from what. I
Dumb
learned
and Dumber. Dumb
Go
and
ahead.
Dumber is another good one.
Dumb and Dumber. I can't do dumb comedy. Well, that means you're smart. I'm stupid. I like that stuff. But what do you think the ET will be this year to beat for No Name Nationals?
Oh, I don't know. If I'm under 10, I'm good. That's all I'm worried about.
Like she says 550. I'm thinking that's probably correct.
575.
You think?
Yeah. That's squeaking it there. Saying I forget how quick Redbeard run.
ET to beat 1560. Yes, 8th mile.
I got that.
Tall Garage says, Dylan, how much is in your Roth IRA? I don't have one. Some of us rely on companies. I have a 401k.
At least you have that.
There's not much in it, but I have one.
Still, it's a graph you can watch if you're bored one day.
Right. It's a terrifying graph. We have 30 different Monopoly games. ET will be 527 or 525.7. Okay. That could be. That's possible.
Pretty snappy.
Yeah. Oh no. Listen, I don't plan on retiring. They're gonna keep raising the age where I get the money, and it's a never-ending cycle. It'll always be people working until they can't or till they're rich enough to not work.
I use mine as a fallback. When I got fired down here at my one job, I ended up took my 401k and used it to pay off the house. I mean, they burned me for taxes, but I was over 55, so that saved me 10%. There's different stipulations. You got age and this and that, circumstances, and
Right.
but I was within like $500 of paying off my mortgage, so it's like,
All right, you'll have like 2 million plus in a Roth at like 59.5 if you start now. Start now with what? Yeah, I know how compound interest works. Why would I do 2? I guess I don't know. The way I've said it to people is 6,500 a year. Yeah, I guess so. Into a Roth.
that's a lot to put back in a year. For a lot of people, anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's some people only make that's probably half of some people's income.
Yeah.
I mean, what's minimum wage? I think is 14,000, if I remember correct, which is based on 825, or was it 725? I don't remember. Which I don't want to talk about that. I'm too tired to do numbers.
Yeah, I don't want to do math right now either.
I got a guy message so I sold my Sniper EFI, and the guy messaged me a second ago. I can't get the screen to come on. It looks like someone probed all the wires. I told the guy I never got it to work. I was still trying to figure out how to get it to work.
Well, you should have listened to the beginning of the story then.
Right.
David Lee Roth.
In 30 years, 2 million will be a full tank of gas. What's wrong with David Lee Roth? David, whew, that was word tongue twister. David Lee Roth.
How about the Roth IRA? Yeah, he's getting old too. I seen a video of him singing on stage the other day, like years after. Not
Right.
too long ago. It's like, man, he got old fast.
Hey, look at this. There's Ron Ward, the name or voice of the No Name Nationals. Quickest DT will be 587.5. I predict Dallas will run 5.932. I was really hoping that I would get the 599 last year. I really wanted that, but you know,
What was your quickest run?
I ended up being 620 something, like 625 or something like that.
Grip was a problem.
So, and that was my main issue. I couldn't launch the car with any power. I mean, we were launching with like, I don't know, whatever a stock LS engine makes basically. It was making like 2 or 3 pounds and 2,000 RPM, like basically off a foot brake. I saw Sammy Hagar last year, and he sounded great from being in his 70s. So, I don't know how it works, but he does this thing where we're at. It's Sammy Hagar's Top Rock Countdown, and it's like at midnight, and it is a hit. Like, there's been nights when I come home from work that I listen to it. Well, when I was in high school, I don't have a. Don will hit 750s.
Oh, I don't know about that.
What did you go before?
Oh, my fastest with that 5 barrel was a 10-1. If I were to knock 2.5 seconds off, that would be quite impressive for 1 year. I'll be happy to get into the low nines.
Oh, you'll do that for sure. So
I ain't bringing these skinny tires this year. Well, I am but not for on the track.
Right. So, were you launching it, or were you just going from idle?
No, I was doing a little foot brake action there.
Okay.
But it's got a lot. I won't say a lot more in it, but
Ron, I think it will be quicker than that. Jeff, I agree, but we'll see. I've seen good reports on the track the last several weeks. The new management has really improved things: timing system, track prep, PA system. No Name Nationals 3 should be awesomer than ever. I agree. Honestly, I think 2 was a fluke. I mean, they can't really control that, so I don't think anybody really cared. To be honest, we were all there just having a good time. It's all about traction. Yes, it is.
nope, no trans brake. Everything that close to a trans brake, but no.
Don't want one?
No, it's mostly street. The only drag strip I'm going to see is No Name Nationals, so. And I'm fine with that. I can foot brake what I need. Saying if I can't get it to the pavement on a foot brake, then trans brake ain't going to do me any good anyway.
If Calvin gets a hold of his combination, he'll be in the 5s for sure. There's gonna be a lot of quick people there.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of shits going on this year. Look at him go.
I hope. I think the 28 10-5 class will get bigger. Ron Ward, if you want to see that, that's for you. I'm excited to hear the dates for the No Name Nationals, because we'll already book, or like, I don't want to say book, but it's kind of how we do it. Book the hotel room and figure out our days off so I can get that to my boss and hers.
Yeah, I'm going to be the same way. Because of this new job, right now I'm still a temp for 90 days, which is till January 10th.
Yeah.
Then they have the option of hiring me on, which I don't see as a problem. But in that meeting, I'm going to tell them, that I'm busy in September, so I need to know the dates. So
right.
That's why I'm kind of glad that my, the hire me on date is January 10th, because I know the dates already versus just telling them, a week and a half there in September. I'll have definite dates. Is Wendy's comment? I didn't know we was going in 2024. Yeah, right.
The 10.5
Sure.
class needs more classes. Cubic inch limits and NA power adders need split off. Don shouldn't be racing Redbeard.
Oh, I ain't racing Redbeard. I do want a shot at Linda though.
I like that car. Mr. John Wilburn will have all that info available to the masses very soon. I believe that. I know he does really well on that, and that's one thing that's made me surprised. He does really well on how he gets information out.
Yeah, and he keeps the suspense up too.
Right. It's
Well,
not an easy task.
Saying a week or so ago, there he put up that black on the orange paper. So
Right.
there, it wasn't just just orange. It had to like he was actually covering the number, which he might be. We don't know.
Could be.
Or it could be just to get everybody hyped up.
Right.
But we'll know next week.
Right. It's a fun. I tell everybody, it's the funnest event we go to. And really, you're not doing that much. You're talking with people. You're racing. You're doing burnouts. And you're having the car show. That's like it's a small show, but it's fun.
Yeah, I'm already hooked. Saying we went as spectators the first year, and man, I had to bring a car last year, and we did. Got a lot done to it. Got a lot done that I never would have if it hadn't have been for No Name Nationals.
Yeah, it's pushed a lot of people to that, I think, which is good.
I mean, there's a lot of things I didn't know I really needed or I could have improved on, and it's like, man, by the time I got done, the list was this long.
I feel you there.
I mean, I knew I needed floors in it, but
Ron, I agree. That's the thing. I know there's always going to be people that want to split it up, which it's racing. But I think it's okay the way it is now. All right, more people would join if they thought they had a chance versus the field that is comparable. Listen, everybody has a chance against me. My car doesn't grip up until like the 60 foot.
we're looking forward to Half Pint, Colleen. Ponytails and all.
But I mean, the 28-10-5 class is meant to be the fast class. People that have fast cars. And I would say you could even put an ET range on it. Like if you're probably not running a 650 or faster, you probably don't want to enter that thinking that you're going to win. And if you're just doing it for fun, you know, that's a different story. But if you think you're going to win at a 650 car,
so then you run a bracket.
Right. That's what it's there for. Oh, yeah, and after the 60 foot, your turbo takes off. Well, I didn't say you would get the whole track to yourself. What can't the slow cars have fun? Why can't the slow cars have fun? Well, they can. I mean, like I said, they can enter the class. No one's gonna deny them entry. At least I don't think. John will no, you can't race. You're only 7 seconds. He's gonna go, I don't care. It's up to you. I watched in 2022, participated in 23. Good time. I might enter the brackets. Definitely do that. I think you should. The bracket race was a lot of fun for me.
Myself. Like you guys is this going over your guys' heads?
Yeah, we're short. How you doing, Ken?
I'm doing very good, Mr. Don.
Merry Christmas, man.
Same to you.
Now, see, Ron has it all right here in one comment. The thing I like most about No Name National is getting me everybody, the beers after racing, Lambert's cruising, and laughing. Absolutely.
I mean, sure. But, like, the people that are coming to the event aren't all fast. So I feel like if you divide it up a little bit so you have more comparable cars versus more comparable cars, more people can go racing, and you know what I'm saying, like, and more people would join. But I get it, you know, it's about money. You gotta have enough people in the pod.
I'll
But
put
But like nobody, like I don't like. I know that my truck would probably be fast, right? But I'm not signing up because I know I'm gonna get my ass stomped. But now, if it was like a bunch of people that I thought I like you or Doc, or if it was a bunch of people I thought I might have a chance against, well, then I'm reaching into my wallet. No, that is not what. No, bracket racing is dialing in a number and just running that one number. It's not about how fast the other guy is. It's about how consistent you are, in my opinion.
Hey, okay, so another one that Ron is killer here with it. He's killing me here. He's saying what I want to say.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. But I feel like you're just doing stuff for people that have fast cars at that point. Then, like, you're only making events for people with fast cars, like
Okay.
real fast cars. Like that's not. I don't know. That's not conducive to having a good time with everybody involved.
Well, okay, so how about this? I don't what was the pot for the 28 10-5? Was it 1,200?
The first year, I want to say, I don't remember. Someone told me, but I forgot.
So here's my proposal. Ken's gonna put in 1,500. All right, $20 buy-in for the slow cars that you want to enter, and then race them heads up. Now, what keeps people like Redbeard or me out?
You're gonna have to explain that better. I don't understand what you're trying to do.
I'm saying if you start another class for slow guys, what is
that's my point. Define slow. Like, what is slow? Like,
well,
you know, a 10-second car isn't a 10-second quarter car is not slow, but compared to an 8-second quarter car, it's slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is slow?
slow is the car that gets last place in the heads-up race.
I mean, yeah, I suppose. Like I said, it's all compare. It's all like I said, man. I don't know. I guess I just look at it differently than everybody else, and that's fine.
Still a good time.
Yeah. I would love for there to be a slow car class so I could not have to go fast. But that wouldn't be fun for me. I mean, that's why I built a turbo.
That's why, like, you at least split the NA guys away from the power adder guys. Like, that's not right.
That would work if you got rid of Redbeard.
Yeah, no, he sprays it, don't he?
No, I don't think so.
That's not all engine. He has to. Is it? There's no way. I thought he sprayed it.
I can't say that for a fact, but I'm fairly sure it's NA.
Or it used to be.
Or yeah, that's fair. I'm not 100% sure, but
I don't. You know what? That's a good point. I don't know either. I just assumed he sprayed it.
Slow cars should be able to hook on a 235 drag radial. So maybe a 235 class for the slow guys. Hey, I'm all for new stuff. I don't really care.
That's an idea.
Redbeard, okay, it's all motor injected on methanol. Okay, it's all motor. There you go. Fair enough.
38 POS Racing. I don't care. Anybody can call me out, and I will do whatever. If you want to go all the way to the end of the track and then me start, we'll do it. I don't care.
That's what I'd need.
It would be just fun to witness that. I mean, that's the whole reason I go to the No Name Nationals. I'm not there to win money or.
There's got to be a certain amount of fun in playing catch up in there.
Oh, to me, bracket racing's way more fun than heads up racing.
I mean, you can see that distance, going away.
Oh, It's when you're the faster car in any scenario. Like even if you were racing 2 7-second car, a 7 and an 8-second car in the 8th mile, it's way more fun. You're coming up on the person and you're like, ooh, should I let off? Should I keep going? There's nothing like that mind twist that gets your blood flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought his was all motor because I'm like, the first year No Name Nationals, I'm coming down there. I'm like, I have no chance at beating him. None.
So you thought you had were you in the 10-5 race first year?
Well, remember my transmission blew up before I could even enter the bracket race.
Okay.
So I didn't have an option.
Fair question. Would you have if you didn't blow up?
That was the plan. Well, no, I couldn't have because I was still.
Even though you thought to yourself, I have no way of beating this guy, you're gonna put the money down.
I was going to, but I had 29 9 wides on it. So
you're missing the point. You blew up. This is a hypothetical. Hypothetically,
I would have entered no matter what.
Really? Why? Because isn't that just throwing your money away?
Yeah, but for him to get money for showing up to have a badass car, somebody had to there had to been a minimum car count, I think, right?
I don't know.
It would have been fun either way for me.
I don't know. I just, like I said, I didn't know you were a guy that threw away money. I don't know.
I throw away money every day. That's just life.
Oh, hogwash.
Now, thousands to no, I don't throw away thousands at a time.
Oh, well, that's good. You're not making it rain at the local
the strip joint.
Yeah.
No.
Not putting them girls through college.
Nope, not one bit. I can't even put her through college.
Yeah.
No, but I'm putting myself through college.
I hope you heard that.
Yeah, she's putting herself through college.
And she is damn right about that.
Well, good for her.
Because this guy can't afford it.
Hope she's doing more than art studies.
It's nursing, so.
Oh, good for her.
I could see you doing the gender fluid class or whatever. The gender studies.
Gender fluid lesbian basket weaving.
Oh, that's funny. Honey, there's a thing called you can get a gender studies degree.
Why would somebody do that?
Because
I can.
That way they can write off their college debt. Or try.
That doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah,
there was a bunch of girls at work trying to figure out how to get what's that thing, the student loan forgiveness thing.
Oh yeah, that was never gonna happen.
And one of the girls pays $0 a month, and she has so much money left that she owes, and somehow, some way, she was trying to figure out how to how it was all just gonna go away, but she paid $0 and was wondering why it was still on her credit card, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, I loved. Glad to know we'll have a nurse on site next year.
Not next year. I'll currently be in school.
She's not a nurse yet. She's in nursing school.
Be an MA to where I can basically do the things of a nurse, but not really.
She can help you if you get a few things, but if you have limbs missing,
you're on your own.
Yeah.
We're calling an EMT at that point.
You got Damien for that.
Yeah.
That's above my pay grade.
Well, that's what last year that Dallas and the Nelsons come up and we talked about, or they asked me if I was okay with, who was it? You weren't there. Never mind. They asked me if I was okay with some certain person being the paramedic because they couldn't have one from the local people or something.
Yeah.
I'm not fast enough to worry about that.
Good enough, he says.
If you get a union job as an apprentice, you actually get paid with benefits to learn a trade and work towards retirement at a decent age for incredible wages. I did the quite opposite of that, but still I'm in the trades. So I just didn't become. I didn't go to a union. Uh-oh. Ken, what in the world did you send me?
I hope
Oh.
it wasn't one of those picks.
It's a pick of a straight 6 with 2 brand new hooker headers or hooker manifolds been cut apart. This guy's too rich for my blood.
Those were free. Okay.
It doesn't matter. You're cutting up valuable products.
Yeah, they gave them to me to cut up.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
2X has it right.
So he must know your past. It says better to be in nursing school than in a nursing home. She had a nursing home job, and boy, did it make my life hard.
I can see that being rough too.
Oh, well, he wasn't much of the people. It was the people you had to work with.
Yeah, no, my residents were amazing. It was
The old folks were the easy part, pretty much.
I loved going.
It was the
I loved going for them, not who I worked with.
it's the people that
But
she
then
had
it
to.
was like I'm clocking out and walking out to my car like in tears because they were just like mentally destroying my brain.
Yeah, when you gotta run a whole nursing home by yourself, pretty much while everybody takes smoke breaks, how many times a day?
Like 7.
That's just not
Every
fair.
day.
It's not fair to your mental health.
I'd say my mental health is a lot better than it was.
I don't know. You're still mentally unstable.
Look.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dylan,
but she's happy with that.
I should be. Yeah, that's the good side, right? When they're unstable.
Dylan,
What?
what do you think about this for a title, right? Something like 2 hookers for double the fun, and then like use that as a thumbnail.
They would work.
Yeah,
I could see it.
I would click on it.
right. That's what I'm saying, right? You put a hooker in the title, someone's bound to click on it.
Right.
2 hookers for the price of none.
There you go.
For the price of one, right? Or you could put I got 2 hookers for free. Here's my story. Or what do 2 hookers for free feel like? And you have a picture or video of you cutting them.
Right.
Something. I don't know. You gotta do something with the hooker part.
Yeah, for sure, right?
That'll definitely be the clickbait, or not clickbait, but the reason they click. Shut up.
Well, I mean, I hope she hasn't been your fiance for 25 years as well.
Oh, the things you can do with free hookers.
Means you're not limited to that hour, right?
Right. That's terrifying. Okay, so let's just throw it in a turbo and call it hookers and blow.
Ah!
Here, her, go, go, go.
I like that. I like that. That's good. That's good.
That's brilliant.
Damien's ex freaked out when he posted that he ordered hookers for his birthday. Yeah? But I seen somewhere, I think it was at Bradenton Motorsports Park in Florida, that they did a Christmas tree race where they got Christmas tree on the cars. I would love to do something like that for the No Name Nationals, but I would pay to have like all of the trolls that like hate the No Name Nationals made into a doll and then hang them off the back of the cars and have a troll race.
I can see that.
I am a warrior in the garbage. Which is better than garbage in a war? I'll leave that right there. Tunnel Ram Mafia, join us. So, okay, here's my question to you guys. The intake that's on my car, is that considered a tunnel ram?
Oh, the high rise, the high rise.
Yeah.
It should be. I don't know. I mean, it should be considered a tunnel ram. Yeah.
But it doesn't have carburetors on it.
I don't think you need carb. I mean, so.
Historically, tunnel rams had carburetors or superchargers, I guess, could be too.
Good question.
So then again, even though it's got carburetors, what if it doesn't? If it's short, it does have to be have a minimum height.
True.
Because I got a 2.4 barrel setup, it's just not very tall.
Right. You know, what makes the tunnel ram a tunnel ram?
Yeah, well, that is a good question. What does make a tunnel ram a tunnel ram? I just thought it was runner length, right?
That's what I figured, but if you based it on that, the what do they call it? Crossover. The one thing that Mopar did way back in the day.
Oh, the cross ram.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cross ram is essentially a tunnel ram. Like,
yeah. He's got that car figured out, I think, for the most part.
Dylan, I got a tech question for you.
A tech question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, you see that manifold I sent you I'm putting together, right?
Yes.
Should I use a divided flange and like put a divider in that manifold to like should that be something I think about doing?
Is your turbo divided?
Well, I haven't bought a turbo yet, so would it be worth it?
To me, depends on what turbo you're running. If you're running a divided turbo, yes. If you're running a non-divided turbo, no.
Well, yeah, but I haven't bought a turbo yet, so like, would it be worth it to get a divided turbo?
I don't see any reason why you should or should not.
Okay, fair. I don't know. See, that's something I don't know. So
I only have knowledge on divided. That's the one Devin's had. My brother has had 3 divided. I don't know the data on the one that's on there now because it's a V-band mount. But the other ones I do know they worked well. The one that's on my car I know works well. I don't see any reason why you could not do one or the other and have the same result.
Gotcha.
But I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so there might be someone out there that has that answer better. Just don't use a transmission in a thumbnail with the turbo and hookers. Think about it. Listen now.
He's got a point.
We can't judge. It's 2023, almost 2024. Listen, we're supposed to be open to this stuff, right?
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be. We're not, but we're supposed to be.
Well, still got First Amendment, so I can have my own opinion.
Right. Now, see, Thumper's got it right. See, I think he did. First year at No Name, I think he did. I guess I thought I connected the dots because his car wasn't there, but he was. So maybe he did, I don't know. Poor guy. That probably sucked. I'm not a stand-up comedian. I do have to give people that do stand-up comedy props, though. That's got to be tough.
Yeah, some of them were natural at it though.
Right.
I heard Jeff Blush.
Like I can make somebody laugh, if they're not being dickheads. But I couldn't do it like that, where you're in
All
front
right,
of
fellas.
people.
What are your New Year's resolutions, man?
More like sit-down comedian, right? I don't have a New Year's resolution.
Okay, well, okay. How about this? How about what's your YouTube resolution?
Don't suck as much as I did this year.
Well, that's set in stone as it is, man, because you never suck as much as you did. So,
I really want to hit my monetization level, but that probably won't happen either. If we're being honest. Yeah, Mopar Joe did have a transmission problem. I don't remember what it was, but he had an issue of some sort. Who's Professor Harbor Freight? Me?
No, there's another guy. I forget who it is. This guy in here, no name. It's like kind of fell off in the last couple of weeks.
Oh,
It happens a lot this time of year.
Yeah.
In the off season.
So what's your New Year's resolution then, Ken?
oh, dude. Well, I gotta have this fucking engine running this year. Like, I was wanting it to run this year, but that didn't freaking happen unless I get it going in the next 6 days. So yeah, I gotta get that engine going, man.
Yeah, I'm here with Jeff's idea. YouTube resolution. Actually do lives on a regular basis.
I told Jeff that we should put my engine in his dragster, but I don't know if he wants to do it or not.
Which one?
The 300.
Well, if he wants to go as fast as he says he wants to go, I don't know if that's the right idea.
I'm not saying it got to be in there permanently, but it'd be cool just to dick around with for a while.
How close are you two to each other?
I don't know, like 3 hours for me and Dylan, and Jeff is like 6 hours, maybe.
Yeah, he's in the middle of Illinois or something like that.
Yeah.
So Jeff needs to put that Pontiac in the FED with a blower and a 425 crank, I guess. New guy's garage. He's on strike at work right now. Huh? That stinks. Kind of.
I was going to say that's got to suck in its own way.
Because I'm just assuming you don't get paid to go on strike.
You get paid through the union, but it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
It's like jury duty. It's like $7 a day.
True.
Yeah, so my only goal is to get this car the way I want it for no name. That's all
Yeah.
That's the only goals I have is no name nationals. It's always a high point of my year and it never disappoints.
Right. Ken's going to actually make it this year.
I made it the first year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. But I mean with a car. I want you to show up with a car, man.
I want to see this 300.
Dude, I would have made it this year and it was my fault, man. Fuck that fucking fuel line fucking fucked me, dude. Sorry for all the F-bombs here, but like, yeah. Just
That's just to show you how much it's upsetting.
Yeah. Wait, cars are supposed to run? Yeah, I didn't know that.
I'll never make that mistake again. I'll tell you that.
I'm a big fan of not driving them to places. I like the idea, but it's when you're throwing it together on the cheap, you typically miss a lot of stuff. Like when we took my red truck down there the first year, I literally went through everything and made sure it was okay. I mean, down to like the fuel pump and stuff. So you gotta. It's like a once over usually, but again, that doesn't include parts failure. Parts do fail.
Right.
So that's the other thing. Can you get it at a parts store? That's why I don't drive my Laguna very far, because
Well,
that
that's
fuel
fair.
pump's expensive.
That's fair. Like, if I
The
were
beer-
to put it, if I were to put an in-tank pump in, I could have got a pump at the parts store. And
Right.
I don't know. I had some inline pumps, and I was just like, fuck it. Like, if I just would have used a bigger fuel line on the feed, I would have been fine. Makes me mad. Because that car, dude, that car was just, the trip was going great, man. We were just right down the highway, 70 miles an hour, 20 miles a gallon. It was beautiful, man.
No worries, huh?
No, it was great. Like, we were like, this car hasn't been on the road in like 30 years, man. It was the first trip down. Like, it was great. We were having a blast. And
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you test drive them a little bit before you drive them down, it may work.
well, that's the thing. If we would have drove it around locally, we never would have had a problem with it. Like,
Yeah, you'd have found the
pumps would
problem.
have had time to cool off when we stopped. We would have never had a problem with it. We had to put 300 miles on it before the pumps took a shit. So if we just putted it around, going 10 miles here, 15 miles here, 20 miles there, we never would have had a problem with it.
Yeah, but you daily drive the 5.9. What's the 5.9? I don't.
A Magnum 5.9.
Oh,
Dylan, put up the StreamYard link.
Jeff,
yeah. I seen Jeff's comment there.
Two hacks wants to come in.
He's going to show us how the dragster's finished already.
That would be fun.
Right?
Little eye candy.
I know he works good, but I don't know if that's quick turnaround time if he can do that.
Well, he doesn't sleep, so.
I had him in here.
Hey, what's up, Levi?
Jeffro.
Dylan.
So,
Sorry.
Jet Pro.
There's Don and Ken.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Not that I'm feeling very festive, but
It is weird because it's been like, 60 degrees today.
yeah,
which is
we've been
very
mid
strange.
40s, low 50s. I mean, the only mention of snow is maybe get some frost on the windows in the morning, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
not the same. The kids are all up and gone out of the house, being empty nesters and all.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even put up a tree. This is about as much as we got.
Right. Well, I think I put that video out, the Christmas tree video,
Yes.
where I built a Christmas tree.
Nice.
The racetrack Christmas tree.
I heard your idea earlier. That would be kind of neat. I do watch that. That drag racing is pretty neat with the Christmas trees.
Tree on the back. Yeah, that would.
Mm.
I think that would be funny.
So would you face it forward or face it back for wind resistance?
I'd
Some
put it
of
on my
them-
head.
Yeah, I would say some of them. I think they put them on the roofs, and then some of them hang them off the back. I think it's up to creativity. I think. Like, see, now we're festive. Look at that.
Yes.
Lights on his glasses.
Wendy got them at the dollar store for me. It's like they're almost embarrassing, but I kind of got to show them because she loves me that much.
Ken, I wish the dragster was done, man.
How far along are you?
It's cut in half as of today.
Oh, you're halfway there.
Yeah, that's the opposite of getting it done.
I know. I'm redoing the whole front end on it.
Ah.
So Redoing
Just
a
trying to make
bunch
it
and what's that?
trying to make it safer.
Well, yeah, because the back half of it's extremely safe, but they've redone the front half, and there's stuff we didn't like. Plus, we're
I
doing the
got you.
front axle different, so ordered a bunch of tubing up and a bunch of other stuff up, and gonna make it a whole lot different in the front. But I like Thumper's comment about a Pontiac engine in that. Unfortunately, I'm going to be running small block Chevy, but I do like Ken's idea on that 300 idea. We're actually going to probably make this universal. As long as we have a motor plate for whatever engine, we'll be able to, pretty much make it
Yeah.
universal.
Be good for a shakedown on the rest of the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you were talking about doing low ET, and people were commenting like 550s and 590s and stuff. It's like, I don't know, with that light of a vehicle and just a little bit of power.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking to Jimmy and I asked him his last dragster, which was a longer wheelbase car and had more stuff on it. With him in it, it weighed 1550.
Wow.
So I don't know.
That's
I mean, if I can
impressive.
get it to like 1500 with me in it, I think that'd be pretty impressive. I mean, like Ken's Ranger, what's that weigh, Ken, with engine in it? About 2600
Oh, about
pounds?
2,600, I think.
Well, it got
Yeah.
me beat.
So I'm going from something super heavy to something super light.
Right. It needs the Pontiac. Need
that
is a
would be
strong
fun.
word.
I think they should do a night race, like the 28-10-5.
That would be cool. That and night match races.
Yeah, back in the
That
day.
would be neat. Yeah.
Ironhead 400 is only 540 pounds. That's heavy.
It's a big engine.
Yeah.
You go with a 440, it's 700 something, I think.
Golly.
Yeah, that's a bunch. You got to keep the front end down somehow.
Yeah.
I know that Ford was pretty heavy too. I think any big block is really pretty damn heavy.
I know there's a place, a forum that did weights on every single, the big three at least, small block and big block. They have all the weights for each motor at the factory setting, pretty much.
I know the 455 Buick engine block weighs the same as a small block Chevy engine block. That 455 Buick was cast so thin, there was nothing there.
Thumper says that 5.3 LS is 480 pounds, not that much lighter.
No, what? Really?
I don't know how much. I believe it's 480, but
I don't
Is
think
that with
that's
everything
right.
on it though?
if the
So
iron
it's
block
nice.
is that much, then the aluminum block is 100 pounds lighter, period. So,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, just the block itself is 224.
yeah, I would say that's probably with everything except the intake and maybe the water pump and stuff like that. Maybe.
418 pounds with accessories.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
So mine should be 318 technically.
Yeah, you pull the accessories off and you know.
Because that was a big reason I wanted to go to the aluminum one, was to drop that 100 pounds.
I've got an aluminum LS sitting around.
I have one sitting too. I don't know what I'll ever do with it, but I got it.
But from the data I've seen, they hold head gaskets better than the iron blocks.
I don't know about that.
It's because the aluminums rise and drop in temps identically.
Yeah, I don't know though.
Expansion contraction rate.
Yeah, well, that's what multi-layered steel gaskets are good for. They spring. That's the whole point of them.
Well, I'm saying it's even further than that when you use aluminum and aluminum. That
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I
I think you
no
do,
intake
Thumper.
that much.
Thumper says he needs to make a video on engine weights. I think he does. That would be interesting.
Oh yeah, I'd
I'd
watch
like it.
that. I'd watch that.
I would love to race under the lights, but I believe it's a matter of paying the EMTs to stay late. What would be a fair entry fee? I don't think John charges enough for what we get now.
If we were going to race at night, I don't know. I mean, I think they should negotiate that.
Well, they're there for the burnout contest, right?
Yeah,
That's in the dark.
yeah, it's true. It'd be cool to race under the lights.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Sorry if I sound a little sick. I'm not, but I feel like my throat's dry.
Yeah,
Well-
Colleen, one night racing. Yep.
You can't get us sick through the screen, so I think we'll be okay.
Well, some people don't like hearing it.
Fuck them.
It bugs them out.
Screw their feelings.
I'm with Don.
I mean, I go so far. If I got a cough, I'll hit the mute button quick, but you can still see what I'm doing.
Right.
Maybe a cat hair tickling my nose or something.
Well, mine was right here, but it left.
Well, you should live with one as close as I do.
I don't want to.
I don't
That's the
either,
way
but
my
I don't
cat
have
is,
much
Don.
choice.
I've got a cat like that, and she's a black cat, bright green eyes. She hates everybody but me. If I'm sitting around, man, she's just all over me. But
Mm-hmm.
she hates.
That's the
little
way
man.
she is. My brothers can pet her, and then she'll just wig out on them, man.
Really?
Hook 'em,
Yeah.
scream, meow, everything.
We thought about if we got an RV, we would take her to No Name Nationals with us, but I think that would be an awful experience for that cat.
Probably. Come on.
But RV money takes away from house money, so can't do that,
All right.
sadly.
Pick one to live in. Can't take a house
Right.
to a drag strip.
I've been told that.
I don't know. You were looking at those ones at PRI. Those were pretty nice.
Yeah. I'd have to take
Those
out
were-
4 mortgages to get one.
Holy cow! Yeah, those were pretty high class.
Oh. That's what the PRI makes you just drool over stuff typically that you can't afford.
Oh, I know.
But
I know.
and I'm always every time I go in that section, I'm like, man, that would be nice.
Mhm.
That little detail would be nice in my trailer or on the Ram truck, or like, I don't have any money.
Yeah, but
Who am I kidding?
I think
Not that
if,
kind of
if I
money.
did anything, I would probably buy like a motorhome like Cope's got.
Right.
36 foot. That thing's perfect. I traveled with him to Bowling Green, and that would be great.
That's what
he
we're
got a really
wanting,
good
something
deal on
similar.
it. You can put a trailer behind it. You can live in it for a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want nothing
Great.
super big. Yeah, I told her, I said, if we were going to do that, like if we were going to buy this big, luxurious RV, we would just buy a semi and a huge, like 53-foot trailer and put living quarters in.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that's what Colleen was doing to that bus.
Be our camper / shop. Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be neat.
I know a guy out the road from us back in the day. They were tractor pullers. They cut the back of a bus off for like a ramp truck for their pulling truck.
Yep.
See, that's cool as shit.
Seen that.
I've seen that. That gives me so many ideas.
I never got to see it in its heyday, but
You used to be able to find really cheap school buses. Like really
Well,
cheap school buses.
with the van living thing, they kind of got expensive. I think
Yeah.
people
Definitely.
converting them and stuff.
There was quite a few of those vans or school buses around here that people converted to,
Correct.
gentlemen on wheels, and they were
Right.
actually pretty neat. But man, you just can't find the cheap buses anymore.
You know.
Thumper, if you go watch, what is the name of his channel? Burn Down, like BURNDOWN. He has a Winnebago that he put an LS in.
Oh, badass.
Oh, who else? If you go look up fuel injection sucks, he too put an
Did that.
LS turbo in a Winnebago.
But I don't know how much hauling you get done with it, but it's possible, I guess.
You know, I don't like how we haven't gotten more of the sloppy mechanics crew involved in No Name Nationals. Like, why hasn't Wilburn tried to get on with Matt on one of his sloppy radio shows?
That is a cool group.
Like, don't you think, like, if Wilburn got on with Matt on the sloppy radio show, that, like, that would be huge for the event?
Could be.
Yeah.
I think,
'Cause, like,
and maybe he's not leaning towards that. I feel like there's a lot of trolls in those groups too.
okay, but we're not talking that's besides the point. We're not talking about the groups. We're talking about guys with fast shit boxes. Would be amazing to have a bunch of them involved in the thing. And I pitched the idea to him the first year, and I didn't like his response. Not saying anything bad about John, but he said, "Yeah, well, if he reaches out to me, we'll see what happens." I'm like, I think you should be reaching out to him, but
John's a busy guy.
he's busy to run the event, so that's something he should. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it.
Never heard about that group. Yeah, I mean, it's popular.
Yeah, it's definitely
Well,
popular group.
it's what has caused the resurgence of young folks into the car community. Like, without sloppy mechanics, there wouldn't be a bunch of young guys slapping turbos on things, getting in the cars. So
We got 133,000 subscribers, so there's quite a following.
That's
Makes
what we
me
have
want
for
to
No
check
Name
these
guys.
guys out.
yeah, like, no, it's like Matt started the whole Junkyard LS thing. He started it. Like, he's the guy. If it wasn't for Matt showing people that you could run, a 9-second pass in a Colorado with a 6-liter, a turbo, and a 4L80, like, he's the guy that did it.
Speaking of LS, Ken, I have a LS swap.
Oh yeah, pedal.
Yeah.
What are you
for
doing with
LS.
that?
So a friend of mine does a lot of LS swaps and OBS trucks, and he had
Yeah.
to order a few of them, and they were immediately back ordered, and that was spring, and I just got them in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have one of them floating around that I'm gonna use on something. One of them drive-by wire pedals.
Yeah. So what are you guys all doing for Christmas tomorrow?
Prove what? Whose parish? I need more details.
What I'm staying here, which doesn't sound like much, but we're hosting the Christmas, I guess. So yeah, that's what I got. I gotta set up for that tomorrow. Well, at some point. That's probably one of those things I should be doing now, but here I am.
Okay, I found a video of it. There's a video here. What's this? The sleeper that changed everything. Let's see. Oh, this is a 1320 guy. Yeah, I've never heard of this truck. I'll have to watch this later. I have a gut feeling though this truck is going to cost a lot more than 8 for 8, but we'll see.
I don't know. The budget. So that's the one thing I don't like about budgets. When people say they're budget built, it's
What's that?
what budget?
But okay,
I could have a $50,000 budget, and you could have a $2,000 budget.
a budget means something anybody at any point can afford. That's what a budget is. It means that the guy working at Taco Bell can put in some overtime and do it, and the guy working at the factory 40 hours, 60 hours, 80 hours a week can do it, or the guy that makes $100,000 a year can do it. That's what budget means. It means anybody at any price at any level can do it. That's what budget is.
I can say you can build my car. If you make minimum wage, you're not building my car.
Yeah, you are. Like
It's
maybe
not.
not minimum wage, but like no one really makes minimum wage. McDonald's in my area pays $15 an hour.
When
So,
I built the
working at
car,
McDonald's for $15 an hour can build your car. Like,
when I built my car, I was making $23,000 a year.
uh-huh.
That's a budget.
So,
But that's what budget means, though. It means anybody at any price point, at any level, can do it. That's budget.
but I didn't have any bills.
See that? There's the rub.
Yeah. So technically, I feel like if you wanted to build my car comfortably, you have bills. You're not somebody that has $1,000 truck payment or something like that. You could probably do it at like 30 or 40, but that's just my opinion. People will go out and put car parts on payments, so I can't tell
Dylan,
people what to do.
wow, how much did your car cost?
Out the door with 55 gallons of race fuel, we were at 10,000 like 300 or something like that.
Why did it cost that much?
Why?
Why?
I mean, there's a lot of parts involved in a race car.
Yeah, but like what? Like give me some examples of like the big heavy hitters.
Like my
Get that there, Limey. Limey's out.
well, have a good night, Limey.
Then takes a fair point, right? But that was a choice. You could have used a Trailblazer SS intake and been just fine.
Yeah, but those are 100. Those still cost money.
Right, but like they cost like $100 and your intake's like $1,000.
Roughly.
You see what I'm saying here? Like that was a choice.
But plastic intakes, 1,000 horsepower. That's where I put them at. That's the wall.
I mean that's fine. I mean I'm not. Nobody should start out with 1,000 horsepower. By the way, like you kind of need to work up to that. Like let's be fair, right? Like
So
I don't want to put a new guy in a car. Here's 1,000 horsepower, bub. Go ham, you know.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I mean, like
I'm doing this dragster on a budget.
Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna need a whole
I
lot of
don't
horsepower to make that thing fast, though. So like,
No, you don't need a lot. And like, I've already sold stuff off it that I'm not going to use. And I mean, I'm gonna be sitting pretty, way cheaper than my T-Bird.
this
It's
is
gonna be
I'm sure of that.
budget built.
this is a good one. I went 1140s with a 3,700 pound Firebird and $2,700 455 in the 90s, and I had 4,500 in the car. Yeah, so if somebody comes up to me and says I want to build a $2,000 Turbo LS, I'm gonna tell them to get lost. It's impossible.
why? No, it's not.
It really is.
It really isn't.
Right.
I've done it. I have a Turbo LS all ready to go in my Camaro, and I've only spent like $700, including the engine. It's very doable.
But you started with something, right?
Started with zero. I just bought an engine. I bought the parts. Like it's super easy to do. I don't like $2,000. I'm gonna have a hell of a lot better than what I got. That's for damn sure.
I guess if they're wanting to build my car for $2,000, I should say that.
Oh yeah, I mean that. But yeah.
I could slap a turbo on any engine for free almost. But doing it properly, that's a different story.
No. There is no doing it properly. If it works, it works. The doing it properly does not factor in. It either works or it does not work.
I know a lot of LS motors that don't work.
Yeah, but that's usually because people don't know what they're doing. So like, and that's very fair. That's very
How
fair.
how durable is that going to be, Ken?
Well, I mean, a stock engine will take like 800.
True.
I mean, okay, a Gen 4 stock engine will take 800. A Gen 3, I would say 600. Kind of the bottom end is that the rods and pistons are a little bit weaker than the Gen 4 stuff. So, Dylan, like, do you think that's fair, right?
Well, I made, according to ET, again, if I had taken it to the dyno right after I made the pass and put it on the dyno, it would have probably said 820s, 800, something like that.
Right. So I'm in the ballpark, right? Yeah.
But mine's Gen 3.
Like you got Gen 3 rod. You had Gen 3 rods in it.
Yeah, it's a Gen 3 motor.
Like, wait. So okay, I had a Gen 3 motor and it had Gen 4 rods in it. So like, were yours floating piston or were they?
Whatever the person in 2000 or 2001 that built the Suburban that my motor came out of, whatever they put in it, that's what it had in it.
Right. I get that. What I'm saying is some of the motors have Gen 4 parts in them, even though they're Gen 3s.
Only 04, 05, and 06.
Well, I
So,
have a Gen
what-
I have a Gen 3 motor with Gen 4 rods in it. That's all I'm saying. Like it came like that out of a car, so I don't.
That means it's 04, 05, and 06, most likely.
So what's all done? What's all done internally to your engine then?
Like on mine,
Yeah.
the whole bottom end is whatever the factory made it.
Oh wow.
We seriously didn't touch anything.
I mean, you gap the rings. You set it to 800 horsepower. You have a nice. It's all about tune on the MLS engines. If you have a decent tune with decent fuel, you'll make 800 horsepower. If you got shit fuel and shit tune, you're detonating. You're gonna blow it up. Like
I didn't gap the rings. It does have really good valve train in it. It's got good lifters, BTR springs. I did the trunnion upgrade on the rockers. The push rods, we measured the length and bought the proper ones.
they were different.
The cam came straight from Summit, but that's it. It's not. I tell everybody it's little. It's kind of nothing special. The top end is where you really want your money to be in when you're doing the stock bottom end stuff.
So what's the cam specs on that? Do you know?
My cam card's out in the garage.
I mean,
I
is it
don't-
pretty?
It's not very rowdy.
Is it over 600?
Hmm.
I think it's 650. I think it's what, if I remember correctly, which
Pretty
that's
good.
small in comparison, I guess.
That's interesting. That thing's making some serious fucking power then.
Yeah. What I think 100 horsepower per cylinder was pretty good, I think, for what we had.
What
And
fuel
honestly-
are you running in that?
C12 from VP.
Okay.
If I want to kick myself in the ass for this, if I changed the oil before No Name Nationals, I would probably have went the whole event.
You would have what?
When I drained my oil, it had a lot of fuel in it.
Yeah.
I think that's what caused the bearing failure, to be honest with you.
Washed the bearing, huh? Well, why? Were you running that rich?
Oh, dude, that thing's that's got so much fuel in it.
What were you? What are you running at wide open?
I don't remember. I'd have to look at the tune.
Well, whatever it is, it's a bit much, man.
So there was no viscosity in the oil when I drained it at No Name.
Yeah.
It looked like water.
How do you run this? Do you have O2 sensors?
Yeah.
And with that, doesn't the C12? Let
I've
it.
not had any issues.
No shit.
And I
Oh,
don't know why.
killing sensors. You haven't had any issues.
No, I mean it's been on there since 2020.
That's good then. You must have it.
That's really
you must
good.
Have, you must have the placement like spot on. So
I have heard that that's a common problem, but I've not had any issues with it, so I don't know why. I couldn't tell you.
Because I run C10, and I was going to run C12, and I have air fuel gauge I use to tune with and see where everything's at. But like, guy's like, "Oh, you got to do 2 sensors." And I was buying my gas. I'm like, "Yeah," and I wanted to go C12. He's like, "Oh, you're going to kill these things like immediately." And I'm like, "Oh,
I've
well,
never
guess I'll go C10."
I've never had any problems, but I know that I've heard people say that that's a common problem. So I know
Yeah, that's what.
you're
Yeah.
not crazy.
If it's not killing them, how am I if you run C12 then?
I run only E85. Yeah. The problem with that is I have to get it in a drum. I can't buy it from a gas station here.
Yeah, RE85 sucks here.
We got one gas station that offers it. It's not exactly E85, and
now, to be fair, Floppy has kind of shown that if you have E8, E50 or better, you're not going to see a whole lot.
well, it's more or less the price. Like I would just run pump gas if I was that worried. But I don't know. I'm not an E85 guy, I guess. I've thought about it, but I don't know. I get the
I'll be running
appeal.
methanol.
That's what my brother and my dad will be running next year is methanol. If I was going to do anything, that's what it would be.
I'm happy with my pump gas.
Yeah.
You know what, Don? You should really think about trying E85. Like, get you a carburetor all set up to run it, and like it's good stuff, man.
Oh, it's definitely good stuff.
Well, we got E85 down here at Sheets. I don't know if it, if it's good E85, but
Thumper, yeah,
So-
but when you have to run ice and intercoolers to bring down intake air charge temps, it sucks because you got to carry ice with you no matter where you go. So it's got its advantages and it's got its disadvantages. It's kind of like anything, but the power that my brother and my dad will be trying to make, it's worth doing methanol.
So
And no hassle.
methanol for, I'm looking at prices. I'm gonna be running methanol. A 54-gallon drum is $5.17
Yeah,
for
that sounds about
54
right.
gallons.
This is why there's no reason to run methanol. E85 is just as good, and it costs a hell of a lot less.
How's it mixed with nitro though?
With nitro,
So
well,
I'm gonna
okay,
be cutting nitro. That's the big thing.
it's like we're getting into nitro. Like, I mean, okay, like I can't put my 2 cents in that.
So the way it was described to me, because Jimmy's been doing this shit for too many years, alcohol is a grain alcohol, and methanol is like a wood alcohol. It's like one molecule of something different, and it's pretty much, you're right, it's pretty much the same thing, Ken. It's just slightly different, and I know that's what you mix, that you blend in the nitro with, and
Well, I mean,
you start
know
off with
what?
small doses. I do know that.
I feel like it would make for some good content because I don't know of anybody that's run it with E85. And
I have no, I couldn't tell you.
E85 for like barrel E85 is about $100 a gallon cheaper than methanol. So that's that's a decent saving if you're buying a bunch of it. Might be worth it. I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up real quick, Ken.
Okay, so the ethanol genius here says methanol, and I'm saying that as in he, I guess, knows his stuff because that's what I was told. Methanol is not the same thing as ethanol. Ethanol has three more molecules. Methanol is only three.
Yeah, methanol is the shit that makes you blind if you don't take off the head of when you still shine, right?
So here's what I'm reading. It says yes, it will mix. E85 and nitromethane will mix because of the but because of the gasoline element, you can get quote unquote clumps of nitro molecules surrounding the gas that don't want to mix. To be safe, you must add some acetone to that mix to cut it, to keep it suspended. It keeps it happy. You won't get freaky detonation if it sits for any length of time still. So that's probably why they're running it with like an M1 VP race fuel because it's like 99.999% pure.
Yeah, and
Sense.
detonation is not good on any motor, let alone something with nitro.
I mean, I'm
turbo.
sure you can get E100. Let's see, E100.
I'm gonna take the little boys' room real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, so a gallon. Oh my god, that can't be right. Well, apparently, straight ethanol is freaking expensive.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way. Okay, here's E98, 432 a gallon for or 432 for a 55-gallon drum. So I don't know why that 2% costs so fucking much, but
Who knows, man? That's crazy. E100. So VP.
yeah.
Boy, that is expensive.
Yeah, I think it's because it's basically medical grade at E100. I think that's why E98 is cheaper because it's like the less pure shit that they can sell off, you know?
Man, that is not cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Who's right about what?
Oh, why E100 is so much more than E98.
Hey, Brooke.
Hey,
She says she's going to bed.
I'm going to bed.
It is kind of late.
It's 10:40, but she sleeps more than the average bear. It's about the nicest way to put it.
Huh. Are you getting up and making breakfast?
God, no.
ATF has a bunch of rules about ethanol. They don't want anyone moonshining and not paying the beverage tax. Yeah, that's why. That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
If you add a little bit of gas to it, you get around a bunch of fees and shit.
That makes sense. Damn
So
revenuers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, yeah,
Damn
the
governors.
IRS has to get their money somehow.
Dude, fucking
Yeah,
IRS.
their money.
Right.
Thieves. Thieving bastards.
It
Me
costs
and Don are
money.
going to walk up in that place and whip their ass one by one.
I
The,
didn't know cattails had sugar in them.
you've never heard of cattail pancakes?
Nah, man, I'm from the north. We don't know any of that fucking boony shit.
I'm not a boonie. I'm 50 minutes from the city. Well, city.
Starch is in the root. Okay, so the cattails themselves is the roots. Okay.
But
Learned something new. Didn't know that.
That's interesting.
but I thought M1 was cheaper. The place we get it at, I want to
And
say
not cheaper.
a drum was like $350 for a 55
Well, that's
gallon
not
drum.
bad. I mean, I don't think, we'll probably go through a drum this summer. I would
Right.
imagine.
M1 isn't too bad. $350 a barrel.
But it probably depends on who. If you went through VP, like the company, and went and bought it from like a showroom, probably more expensive.
So here's my question for you: what do you pay for a 5 gallon? If you were to buy a 5 gallon jug of the C12, what are you paying?
This year, well, 2023, I paid what was it, $13 a gallon?
So here in Illinois, they obviously just absolutely take advantage of you in every which way.
Obviously.
And a there's no like Sunoco gas stations anywhere near me. Whatever, there's a place I go to about 40. It's about 40 minutes to get race fuel. It's a speed shop, and they've been around forever. This is no joke. When I saw their price on their race fuels, I about shit my pants, and I asked him like, "Man, you got to be marking this up." The guy showed me his markup. $23.50 a gallon for C10.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I would be
They
running
add-
something else.
Right?
See, and that's why I would love to, at some point, convert my car over to E85.
Right.
I have all the compression for it. I know what it would take. I should probably do it this summer after I build that dragster. But man, they just get you, absolutely get you.
If you're only running C10, which is probably what, like 90.
It's 100 octane.
Okay. You ever thought about just getting like octane booster?
I have. I've
I don't
done.
Running.
I've done 93 with
Yeah.
VP's Maditiv to make it an even 100, and it runs pretty good with that.
I mean, God, $23 a gallon. That means C12 or 113 is probably $40 a gallon.
Yeah.
The
Well, see,
113
I can get to Indiana pretty quick. Hour and 15 minutes.
How quick can you get to Indy?
I can get to Indy in 2 hours, two and a half hours.
Okay,
Because
so
I'm 2 hours south of Chicago. I'm 2 hours north of St. Louis, and
Well,
two and a half from Indy.
I can send you the place that we get our fuels from.
Okay.
I think they have M1 too. I'm not 100% sure.
Because I'm definitely going to be needing M1 too.
But I know that's where I get my C12 from. So
See, Thumper says mix 3 gallons of E85 with E093. So there is no one around us that sells. There's one gas station probably within 75 miles of me that sells ethanol-free gasoline, and it's 91 octane. Like, I mean,
All right.
I'm in corn country, so they push that stuff, anything, everywhere. But what's
I know-
funny is the little town that I live outside of, they don't even sell E85.
I may be stupid here, but isn't E85 like 110 octane
It's much higher, yeah.
than 100 octane? I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen anybody on E85 have detonation problems, so I don't understand what the point is.
but yeah, 2021 and 2021 I borrowed fuel from Dad. 2022 I bought my own drum, and I bought $10 a gallon then,
See, that's not bad.
and then it went up $3 a gallon the next time I bought it, and I'm like, well, what's it going to be the next time I buy it? So then
Right.
I'm like, do I buy in bulk? Because I mean that stuff lasts forever. Or do I switch it to something cheaper? We'll see.
Octane doesn't work for ethanol. The test doesn't measure it because it's damn hard to make it ping. Well, isn't that the whole point of octane though? Is to not ping? So, like that's good, right?
Yeah.
Like what other characteristics in fuel are you looking for besides pinging? I mean, obviously, like the cooling effect of alcohol is pretty great if you can get the air mixture mixed real good with the fuel, right? But like, what other benefits do you need besides anti-ping, right?
True.
Cost.
I mean, you can't beat the cost of the 85. I mean, I suppose like nitro. I mean,
It's expensive.
that stuff makes more
Yes.
power, but like that's also kind of dangerous and it costs a lot, right?
Nitro. And you burn a ton of fuel with nitro.
26 to 1 compression works on
So,
even 100.
yeah,
16 to
where-
1.
Where will you get your nitro from?
Hold the intake truck. Yeah,
Still looking into that. To be honest with you, like I honestly don't know. Like I'm looking right here at nitromethane. Unfortunately, all nitro is like not even really American made anymore, which sucks. So a 42-gallon drum of 99.9% nitromethane is $2,200.
Oh my god.
But see, we're not going to be running that much nitro. So if we're going to run 30%, I'm going to get used to driving this thing before I even think
Oh yeah.
about running nitro. But I mean, you're looking at a gallon of it. So you can buy it by the gallon, 99.995. Well, that's methanol. Sorry. So nitromethane,
I think
a
you can
quart
buy the
of it.
gallon.
So a gallon of it's $83.75.
I
Wow.
bet you want it.
So
Okay.
if we go 30%, and I think the tank I have is 3-gallon moon tank. So let's just say you're going to put a gallon of that shit in there with 2 gallons of M1 with methanol. So the methanol was, call it $10 a gallon. So there's 20 plus this. So each run doing a burnout and all that, even in a small block, you're going to go through 3 gallons. So each run's going to be $110.
So I got.
If you use nitro.
While we're on the subject of fuels, I got something for you guys. I want to pick your brains. The Thumper. This would be a good question for you too. So I was talking to my buddy, and he does a lot of circle track racing. Okay, and he thinks this guy's cheating, and he said that there's some kind of fuel mixture that they're turning into a paste, and they're coating the intake runners with it. And as the fuel charge comes through the runners, it's pulling this coating off, and it's making it a lot more power. And
So
they
real,
can't catch the guy because by the end of the race, it's all gone.
so real quick, that was a late '90s NASCAR trick. It was they used, but it wasn't a paste. They were using like a gelled alcohol that was
It
thick.
might have been, yeah. He's using. So what would it be? What's it called? Because he's trying to figure out what it is that he's making, and I figured you guys might know. Because apparently this guy he comes in and he beats everybody, and not just in one class, every class, whatever race it is, this guy shows up, he's winning, and his drivers aren't that good,
Huh.
but he's just smoking everybody. Like I think he said he was like a second on the whole course, like he was a second faster than everybody. And
There's more to it than that intake.
Like I said, I don't know. That's what he's come to the conclusion that he's whipping something up, coating the intake with it. And another thing he said is they don't ever like start the cars up and let them heat up. The car comes off the trailer, goes to the line, and starts up and races. Like there's no dicking around in the pitch with it running. It's off the trailer, it races. That's it.
Huh. I know back in the day, the quickest fuel to get banned in drag racing was hydrazine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a full second is a lot, dude.
That's the point. Like the dude's like just stomping ass.
You can get hydrazine from mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah. There's a certain type of mushroom that you crush it up and then kind of like boil it out of it, and you get hydrazine.
Can you see it too visually?
What, hydrazine?
No, the mushrooms.
I don't know. It's freaking rocket fuel.
I know. Like I've read up a lot on that, and they would see the green flames coming out of the pipes because it was burning the copper head gaskets, and shit would explode.
Have you ever seen the hydrogen peroxide?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two types of hydrogen peroxide rockets. One uses some kind of metal. I can't remember if it's like stainless steel or what, but it reacts with the metal and creates the rocket. And then the other one, you mix it with the Me-163, the rocket plane the Germans had in World War II. It had C stuff and T stuff.
Like the
and-
Messerschmitts?
Yeah, it was the little Messerschmitt little flying wing thing that like 2 minutes to 50,000 or 30,000 feet. And one of them was hydrogen peroxide, but this is not like you buy at the store. This is 100%. And if the fuel system ruptured inside the cockpit, the pilot got dissolved.
So, like the hydrazine, one of the big problems with that was once it ran through the fuel system, it would like create like a little cake-like salt substance, which was
it does all
highly
kinds of nasty
explosive.
stuff.
But if it sits there in the fuel, if you don't drain it out, it starts building up pressure and will blow up like a bomb. It was extremely volatile.
Yeah, that, and you got to be real careful running it because you can like chuck the rods out the bottom of the engine easy.
Well, see, that's what they thought. What's his name? Chris Karamessinas, the Greek, was running for the first dragster to hit 200 miles an hour in Alton, Illinois, back in forever ago, because he just went out. Everyone wasn't even close to it yet. And he just went out there and cooked off a 200 mile an hour pass like it was nothing on a crappy track.
Could you cut it?
No, you take the hydrazine, you add it to something.
Thumbnail or a thumb, like a cap, like a small cap of it
Yeah.
to your fuel. I mean, it's not much. It's not much at all. You're talking milliliters.
Powerful stuff. It explodes like nitromethane, but you use a whole lot less of it. And if you really want to screw up an engine good, just start playing around with it.
And the whole idea,
you will blow it up.
see, nitromethane makes its own oxygen, so that's why you see a lot of the times it's burning the fuel, but or burning the flames through the pipes. But nitro cars, you're running so much advance. Like the 426 Hemis, they couldn't get them to run on nitro very well until they figured out you just throw all the timing at it in the world, and that's when they would start running good. But there's a huge
you had
difference.
to start the fire early.
Yep.
Because it's still burning when it gets to BDC and starts pumping it back out.
Yep. I know,
it releases hydrogen too, and what's coming out of the zoomies at full throttle is the hydrogen burning off out of the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy what that does. And I know there's fuel density with it and temperature. And like Jimmy's got this thing he made, and it's a tank, and it's got nozzles, and it heats by solar, like sun. So you put nitromethane mixture with methanol in it, and it's a drip thing for each stack, and it starts dripping in there, and it's basically priming. It's an old school method to prime a nitro engine for it to actually run not on cold fuel. And I asked him what that was for, and he says, well, you're starting your engine cold, you have the warm fuel with that, and it was easier to combust versus the cold fuel because of the methanol. Old school trick. I saw this thing and it looked like a torture device, but for a guy that's been doing it for a long time and didn't do a whole lot of damage, although he did show me a piston and a chunks of rod of what nitromethane can do if you don't have a tune right. And Thumper, I'm telling you, man, it was just in pieces. Like,
you blow the shit out of stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's why they have the belts and blankets over top of the top fuel Hemi blowers.
Well, this is before those days.
Into the stands, man.
This was before those days. And it was that was his rear engine car, and it was it was actually a B class. What was it? BB. It was top alcohol, and it was a blown big block Chevy on alcohol. And he was always running in our district back in the 70s, 2/10 off like the national record. And he won an event, and they decided to do match racing, and he threw nitro at it. Not a lot. And he said he didn't change his tune enough. And he said that thing exploded, and they couldn't find the blower. It was at night, and it went somewhere in a cornfield.
Yeah, if you want to play around with a little nitromethane, you're going to be running methanol. Get some model airplane fuel. You can get 15% nitro in it, and it's methanol already, but it's got some castor oil in it. So you get a little top-end lube and stuff.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you do have to change your oil.
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't get hot enough to boil the condensation out from the heat cycle.
Yeah, and it just turns the oil looking green and eats it down. I think I know top fuel guys do it every run, but you might on the best of days at a track, if you're running 30%, you might get 2 or 3 passes out of it. So I mean, you're talking. So Levi, if you're going to
Well,
run
even on
30%,
methanol,
yeah,
you have to change the oil almost every friggin' run because it's like,
Yeah.
well, not every run, like every race. So you go out and race it, and then you drop the oil and run the after run oil through it because it's gonna corrode everything. It's just gonna
so if
age.
you're running even an injected small block Chevy on 30%, you're probably, if you make 4 or 5 runs, you're probably going to go through $500 to $600 in fuel and engine oil, easily.
Right.
And you're gonna need injectors that are twice the size of
Yep.
E85 injectors.
Yep.
You need a lot of injector to run methanol.
Oh yeah.
Lots. Yeah, I got
You
a
should see
video
this.
on the difference between methanol and ethanol.
Did you see the picture I posted out there of the 2 Hillborn injection setups?
I didn't see that yet. Is it
So
on
we've
your
got-
community page?
Yeah, we've got 2, and they're both for small block Chevys. And if you look at one, the throttle bores look really tiny, and the second one, they look huge. The first one is the early Hillborn injection for like gasoline, and the second one, it was designed around race fuels, nitro, methanol, all that shit. I mean, the size difference is just huge. And you tune them with a pill. You have bigger injectors, but you tune your air fuel stuff with like this pill in this middle of this box.
Yeah, it's like a jet.
Yes.
And
it's
the problem with them,
yeah.
to get the air fuel right at full throttle, you got to run them stupid rich at idle. So that's why when you got mechanical injection, it's just burning the shit out of your eyes, no matter what fuel
Yes.
you're running it on.
Yes. Yep. The nice part about it is, I'm learning all this from Jimmy, but the guy that he worked hand in hand with, because he was a Hillborn dealer back in the 70s, was Don Enriquez, who was Stu Hillborn's right-hand man, who, when Holly bought out Hillborn, went over there. So I've been on the phone with that guy pretty much every day for the past 2 weeks, just picking his brain.
Yeah, you can splash mix ethanol. 20-gallon tank. You put 3 gallons in with like 91, whatever the premium is, and it'll work for whatever 100 octane would work for.
So here's my question: what happens if I have 93 octane fuel available here that's got like 10% ethanol?
No biggie.
Have a good night,
It's
Don.
just they put much better gasoline in the.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Don.
Yeah, I'm headed out. You guys are talking above my pay grade. So
Have a good one, bud.
You have a good one, Doug.
yeah, man. See you all next time.
Now here's a question, because we got 2 turbo guys on here.
Shoot.
Can you turbocharge an engine running on M1 and nitro?
I don't see
Yeah.
why not.
You
You're
can.
gonna have to have the hot side be huge though, because the volume coming out of the engine's gonna be just ludicrous.
There is a funny car out there that is a turbocharged. I want to say big block Chevy, methanol nitro. I think it's possible, but I don't know if it's what's the word I want to look for. I don't know if it's the right way to go.
You don't know if it's practical.
Yeah, I guess I could be saying. I wanted to do it to my car. If I ever got extra money, that was one of the things I'd love to try.
That would be wild.
But I would have to do it to a junkyard engine, I feel like, for it to be okay in my book.
Didn't What's His Nuts have an LS on Nitro a while back?
What
Just
was the,
idling.
yeah.
It was blue
Yeah,
collar
he was-
performance.
Yeah, he was I can't remember the percentage, but yeah, he was, Ken.
Well, if I remember right, the dude said Cletus stole his idea, but yeah, 2 people did, Cletus and someone else.
Cletus did it in a different. Cletus did it in a way that money can only do.
Right.
I had it on a personal dyno all the time in the world to do video, dyno, doing the tuning and stuff right there in house. You can't do that on a blue collar budget, as you know, that's his name.
Yeah.
And it's not worth it. His video to me was cooler, but
It was cool.
I mean, shooting flames. I mean, I don't know. I watched both videos.
Surprised he didn't melt a piston.
Me too. But was he running much? I thought it was only like a few percent, like 30% or something like that, which I guess
That's
is
still quite
lot.
a bit.
Right.
Thumper, have you played much around with Nitro?
Nope. I've never. The only time I've ever even been close to Nitro is when I went to Darlington back in '92, 91. Yeah, it was '92 for the Winter Nats. First run.
See,
of the
I've been
year, I
around.
think.
I've been around it a lot, like an absolute ton. And a friend of mine actually has a super fuel coupe that's street legal, and it's a blown Hemi. And this is legitimately a street legal car. And he's done drag and drive events with it, and he runs it on Nitro. And the way he does it, he's got Mopar Stage 5 twin plug cylinder heads. And he has a fuel tank with literally 87 octane piss water. And one of those cylinder heads, one of the plugs on each of the cylinders is running off a distributor. And it's a totally different computer tune. And it's a 4-port Hilborn injector hat. And he's got electronic injection built into that with injectors. And then at the drag strip on the 87 octane, he does his burnout and he hits a switch, kills the fuel, hits another switch, it hits.
You just like.
You left the chat.
Yeah, he just went. Eh.
He'll come back into motion in a second, and he'll be waiting for an answer.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some glow fuel. Everybody in the RC world's going electric now.
Right.
That's no fun.
You'd be kind of surprised because the little brushless motors are just stupid. You can put so much power into an RC car that if you go full throttle, it'll just flip over backwards. It's crazy. And the airplanes, my little brother, he builds these flying wings and puts electric motors on them. He gets like 200 mile an hour out of them. It's nuts.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, the glow engines can't hang with the electrics. It used to be, glow was the way to go, but
I never, and maybe it was just where my parents were financially, but I never really was into RCs, maybe because of that. Is what I always thought. Maybe I just we couldn't afford one, but
yeah, it's a bit of a pricey hobby.
I
got into it when I was in high school.
Everything's pricey these days.
Not like my parents were bad off, but I feel like I don't remember ever asking for one and getting one or not getting one. So,
you had to build them up until, I don't know, 15 years ago when the foamies came out with the electric motors. But looking at this, there's a 3-cylinder radial engine. It runs on gas, 90 cc's, $1,700.
I would just build another car.
Yeah, but it's a cool little radial. And there's an opposed 2-cylinder, like an actual Lycoming that you'd find in like a Piper Cub or something. And they're $1,150.
God.
These are all gas ones. The glow ones are a lot cheaper.
I can say for a fact, though, that the cost of that Piper engine or whatever, there's a guy next to so our neighbor has a runway, basically, a mini airport. He has a Piper airplane. I would say the propeller or whatever they call it, impeller, whatever it is.
Yeah, propeller.
Prop is the same price as that engine, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Which is crazy to even think about. One part on a real airplane costs as much as a RC engine.
Especially if it's variable pitch.
That I don't know. He's the, I don't want to call him a geek, but he's the nerd on that. He knows everything about them. I don't.
Yeah, my little brother, he's more into RC than I am. I got too many full size cars to build to play around with airplanes and little stuff. But he's a retired Army helicopter pilot that flies life flight
Oh, that's cool.
helicopters in Nebraska. So he's making pretty good money, and he does crazy shit with electric RC planes.
If I
Like
was
small
gonna,
parts though.
if I was going to do RC stuff, I'd have to get a really big building because like you can't keep that stuff outside, right?
You don't need a big building. You can keep them in a closet.
Why would you need a big building to keep little cars in?
You'd have to have a lot of them.
Well, if I'm gonna go all out like I do with my hobby now, which is cars, real stuff, I guess. I'm gonna have a lot of them. Like my basement would probably be full.
If you have a shelf in your garage, you can just put them all up there.
Like I probably have over 100.
Let's see. What's a Revo go for these days? Or do you want a drag car or a monster truck or what? What are you thinking?
All of them. But I don't
Okay.
know. Do a drag car.
Monster trucks. Monster trucks, you're looking at $350.
That ain't bad.
Unless you want to get a fifth scale, and then it's $1,000. You can get them less than $350. $275. And drag cars. Summit sells drag cars too.
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, they're cheap. Yeah, they're like $150.
I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I'm a model guy. I like building the models and painting them how you want and stuff. And then looking at them, I guess.
You know who else is a big model car guy?
Who's that?
Brian Cabral.
Does he have models? I don't know.
Yeah. He was doing videos a while back of model cars. And I was like, man, he should just do a whole channel dedicated to model car.
I thought he deleted his channel. Not to get on that
No,
subject.
it's still there. Well, like he did delete it, but he started the new one.
There's a little RC truck, 68 F100. It reminds me of Casper. It would be hilarious to get that and
Paint it up.
mess with Andy about it.
That'd be fun. That'd be real fun.
They're only like $150.
Hey, Dylan.
Yeah.
You don't got an old T4 flange laying around, do you?
Actually, well, I might not, but I got a buddy that might.
Yeah. You should have your buddy send it to me.
I guess I could. I don't know. I don't know if he'd want to get rid of it or not.
Oh, well, I mean, if he doesn't want to get rid of it, like that, that's the whole horse of a different color, man.
It's
They're
it's
not hard to
got,
come by.
It's got
There's a couple on eBay that I'm looking at. It's just I'm broke and I don't feel like buying any.
it's one of those pieces that's special because of how it got made and who it got made by.
Well, I'm not asking for things with sentimental value, dude. Like, let's back up the truck here.
So the dude that made it or cut it out is missing like several fingers. He's
From cutting
blind.
it out?
Huh?
From cutting it out?
No.
Oh, okay.
But doing that kind of work, yes, but not from doing that part itself.
Oh, I was gonna be like, well, yeah, if I cut my fingers off making that plant, I'd want to keep it too. Like, fuck.
But he's blind in one eye. He's got missing several fingers on his hands. And he runs a saw.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's missing a couple of fingers.
Well, you know what makes it even better? He lost them in a food processing thing.
Huh.
That's why it's so funny. And the guy's a character. He's super nice.
Yeah, it sounds pretty funny.
I mean, I guess, losing fingers is not funny, but he will make you laugh about it. Like, if you're a serious person, he will literally make you laugh about it. he drinks way too much. Let's just be honest. But I don't think every time I was at that job, I don't think there was a time that I thought he was sober.
Yeah.
But dude could cut metal like no other tomorrow. I mean, you wanted it on the dot, he got it on the dot. So he was good at that. But anyway, that's who cut it out and helped him.
Interesting.
We got any more alcohol questions?
Man, I don't know. I think I ran through most of the stuff.
How can I buy alcohol super cheap and sell it super expensive so I can make a bunch of money?
Make it.
Oh, thanks. I wanted the top secret stuff, not the what you tell your grandchildren.
No, you just come up with some kind of starch or sugar that you can ferment. You know, you have to tell the ATF how much you're making. And if you sell it as a beverage, then that's a totally different system than if you're gonna like make fuel.
What if I want to make fuel? Is it highly regulated?
Well, you just got to tell them how much it is and give them a layout of where you're making it and storing it, because you can't have it open to the public, so to speak. You don't want anybody stealing it.
Drinking it.
Yeah. If you use it on site, like you're fueling a generator or something, or just driving vehicles around your own property, you don't have to denature it. You can just run it 100%. But if you want to take it out on the highway, you got to denature it, poison it with something.
So basically, I'll never get rich selling fuel.
You could.
Theoretically.
1 acre of cattails will make about 1,000 gallons of fuel.
I don't know how to grow cattails.
Dude, those things grow like you have a swamp, you toss them, then they grow it. Fucking, they don't. Stop.
Yeah, they're hard to kill.
Yeah.
You just let them grow, and then September, October, whenever they start popping out, you just dig up all the roots, and then you throw all the seeds back in. And
I was just gonna ask, like, how do you harvest them? So, like, yeah, you'd want to replant them. So the seeds are like the stem, the fluffy, the cattail part.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the thing on the top looks like a corn dog.
So
the way I'm doing it, I'm building a bog. It's I got 2 feet of dirt on top of sandstone bedrock.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird sort of setup I got up here. And I'm going to put a little bit of gravel on the bottom so it doesn't wash away, and then sand on top of that. And then it's just going to kind of like hold some of the water in there. It doesn't have to be a swamp or like a pond. They'll grow as long as it's moist. Right. I got them growing in my backyard where there's no standing water at all.
Because they grow in about, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 months, right?
They're fully mature in 2 years if you let them go. Oh, but you can harvest them every year if you want.
That's what I was getting at. So you harvest them every year. Dude, that's really interesting. I have a huge supply of them out back in the woods.
Yeah, the way that I'm going to do is I'm going to put sand in this little bog that I'm building.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to just go out, pull them up, cut the bottom third of the stem off and grab the roots. Cut the root balls, because there'll be like little spots where a bunch of roots start popping out. You throw those back in and they take off and go real fast. And then you just dump all the seed pods back in.
So how long can you like keep the roots? Do they like, how long do they keep?
You got to use them pretty quick.
Pretty quick, okay.
Unless you dry them out.
Right.
There's a little bit of a process to it, because the starch, the nice soft white starch on the inside, is surrounded by this brown fibrous, really tough material. It looks like tree roots when you're pulling them up, but then you cut into it and it's like soft in the middle. So what I do is I chop them up into like 1 or 2 inch sections, and then I just run them through this pair of wheels that I have, and it like mashes all the starch out. It mashes it up and loosens it, and then I just throw the whole damn works into the vat. Put the enzyme in to convert it to sugar, put the starch in, and then I get the big old chunks of root ball coming out, when I dump the stillage.
Dude, that is awesome. I like this. Like, that is very cool. You got your own assembly line of
Yeah, I got to get it all set up again since I moved back in 2013 and I had to buy my land and everything. I moved a half mile down the road, but after the divorce, but
I've been there,
I've been
buddy.
building the house and the shop. And while the Cheeto was in office, I didn't have to worry about the price of fuel because I could get E85 for like $1.80.
Oh, dude, it's great, right?
You know, so that was pretty awesome. And I just filled up barrels with E85 and drove my hot rods.
There you go.
But now I'm looking at like, well, I need to build up my production more. But I got to go up from my 2-inch columns to like 6-inch columns and build like 1,000-gallon boiler. So 1,000-gallon boiler with the yeast that I use will make like 200 gallons a run.
Did you see that Cummins got fined $1.67 billion for diesel defeat devices?
Yep, that's pretty great, right? That's what Volkswagen got caught. Oh, I don't know.
And Volkswagen was lying about what they were doing.
Yeah. Well, they actually had it so the computer would sense when they hooked up a sniffer to it or whatever
Yeah.
they used to it. They'd sense when they hooked it up and it changed the tune until it unhooked.
See, that's
brilliant, is what it is.
it is, and
They
it's
just got
sad.
caught. They just got caught.
Well, it's sad that we have to worry about that as a society.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? If we just ran everything on alcohol, ethanol, then we wouldn't have to worry about like all the pollution and stuff in the air. You wouldn't need catalytic converters or anything.
Well, not only that, but we got these huge cargo ships that are putting out more pollution in one day than like all the fucking car. Anyway, like.
What about the celebrities that tell you that you're polluting the world by driving your car to work, that get in their private jet
Yeah.
across the U.S.?
Oh, dude, fuck them all. They just want to try to tell us what to do.
I don't listen to people that pretend to be people that actually do stuff.
Yeah.
I
Bill
like
Gates
that.
beat my fucking ass, dude.
Yeah, you're a pretender. Go pretend.
Right.
There's actors that I like appreciated, like Steve Buscemi. He's a firefighter.
Yeah,
Right.
he was.
9/11. He went and did firefighter stuff.
He went to his old house and he just put some shit on and he got to work.
Yep. And Jimmy Stewart flew 20 missions over the Third Reich in World War II in a B-24. The guy that was in all the Lee Marvin, he was a Marine. There was a couple other guys that Marines.
There were a lot of old World War II guys that went on to
Yeah.
become actors. Like they came back from the war that somehow they got into acting. It's kind of nuts.
Well, it was something to do.
Yeah.
That's what
So all these ones that just want to preach at us and they haven't ever done anything, I'm like, piss off.
Right.
Well, that's like when Ricky Gervais or however you say his last name, he did the Emmys that one year. And he's like, look, just come up here, get your fucking reward. Don't preach to everybody because you don't really know anything.
Yeah, thank whatever God you like and bugger off.
Just sit down. And they still had the nuts to get up there and try preaching to everybody. And it's like, did you not hear what the man said?
I don't even watch any of it. I would just.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a few people talk about that. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Fly your jet to your private land, mansion.
That one senator, or I forget who she was, but she would fly to her destination, but she would have her private limo drive there ahead of her. So that way, when her plane landed, her private limo would be there to pick her up.
That's impressive.
So instead of just riding in the fucking limo there, she had to fly a fucking plane. So she's double dipping. It's like, how are you going to tell me I'm fucking insanity?
Can't you just rent one there?
Yeah.
Right.
Rent one? Like,
they already got all our money. Might as well spend it.
No. They keep stealing our money. Okay.
I hate politicians.
I do too, dude. Every one of them.
They are just waste of skin and oxygen to me.
And what's sad is there's probably a couple that probably actually try and do good, but the majority of them are the ones that outweigh those people, so they don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. They when they first get in office, they're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and they're going to change the world, and then They learn how everything really works, and
And then they have to figure out what a garbage disposal does.
you know,
Well, that was the problem in
And
the
they get
first place.
concerned about Guam capsizing.
That was their problem in the first place. Let's see how we can change the world. If they would have just left it alone and let it grow as it wanted to, things would not be bad.
they think they think they're tricky, dude. They write bills so fucking long that you can't humanly read the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
And they
and
try
they just stuff whatever into it.
Yeah, just whatever they feel like stuffing in there. And then they gaslight the other side, like, oh, you don't care about this thing because you're not pushing this bill through. It's like, what? No, I care about that thing. I just don't want all this other bullshit in it.
Yeah, like what was it last year, the year before? They had all this gun control legislation they tried to push through, and they attached it to a bill for us disabled vets.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's like, then they were like, oh, well, the Republicans don't like disabled vets. And it's like, no, we don't want to like have you guys do all this anti-gun bullshit.
Right.
It's wild, dude. Like, I don't,
I'm tired of them.
and like you shouldn't give the employees. That's what they are, right? They're our employees, right? You shouldn't give them the ability to vote on how much money they make. If they get a raise or not. And
they get a raise every 6 months, regardless.
And they shouldn't get to vote on if they have term limits or not. It's like, whatever. I don't care.
Sorry to get you on that subject.
No,
I don't like them either. Don't worry.
But you know how we have like all these ditches along roads and the medians and divided highways?
yeah.
Imagine if we put cattail bogs in all of those and then harvested all those cattails and turned them into fuel every year.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a bunch of bog down in Florida. We could have just.
Oh, in Florida, you got the kudzu, that stuff that's smothered in the trees.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that stuff. Yeah,
it grows a foot per day with nothing but sunlight.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, it just grows and grows and grows.
It's an invasive species, and you can use it to make ethanol.
No shit.
Yep. There's a kid there. Well, he's not a kid anymore. That was 20 years ago. There's a guy down in Florida doing that. He's been doing it for quite a while.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, like there's solutions to all these problems. They just don't want to. I don't know.
Remember a while back they were complaining about the nitrates, nitrogen getting into the water over in Belgium, Holland, Denmark. So they wanted the farmers to quit farming.
Right, it was the runoff from the farmers. Yeah.
All they need to do is plant cattail beds downstream from all the feedlots, wherever the cows are, and that'll remediate the water. It'll take all the nitrates out, and the cattails will grow huge. They'll grow like trees.
Well, cow farts. That's the big problem, right? Like, too many cows, too many fart. Oh my god!
And that's just completely ignoring the massive herds of like wildebeest and American bison and everything else that was here before.
Exactly. Like people don't realize just how many of them fuckers were roaming around before.
There was more than 1 billion buffalo running around out, where I grew up, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Dakotas. Before the railroad started going through.
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures of the mountains of bones from them when they were hunting them.
Yeah, in herds of millions. There was no trees in Nebraska because they all trampled them or ate them while they were saplings.
Fucking insane, dude.
But yeah, we have to worry about the methane from cow farts and little feedlots.
They want more control. Okay, they want to say what we eat. They want to say where we can drive. They want to say when we can charge our electric cars. That's all they want. They just want. They want to eat
the electric car is a number of things. It limits your movement because you don't have the range.
Right.
It's stupid expensive, so most people aren't going to be able to afford it. So you won't be able to live out in the boonies like I do. You'll have to move into town so that you can be, within walking distance of everything. And they can also just shut them off remotely.
Yep,
or have it drive to the police station with the doors locked. And what are you going to do?
They want to put remote shut off in all 2032. I forget what year it was, but
pretty sure it was 32.
I thought it was like 2025. They wanted every car, gas or electric, to have a remote shut off.
Well, I ain't putting them on my car. They can kiss my
Yeah, I was
ass.
just saying, they're gonna have to come to my house and install
That's
them
what
or
I'm
something.
saying, dude. My
Well, if they
taxes,
install it, I'm defeating it.
Right.
Yeah. exactly. My taxes paid for these roads. I'll fucking drive on them with what the fuck I want to drive on them with. They can suck a dick.
You know,
Thumper,
they want
you-
to hit me with a carbon tax or something. I'll be like, piss off. I make my own fuel from cattails.
Exactly.
Thumper, you watch much of Terrence Pop anymore?
Yeah. I'm
You
on
still
there all
going
the
on
time.
there? Man, it's been a long time since I've been able to catch one of his lives.
He was on earlier tonight.
Wait, Terrence
Ken,
Pop.
you'll like him since you've been divorced.
Yeah.
Oh, is he a red pillar?
Yeah.
He's a anti self deletion red pill kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's a retired Army Ranger, Airborne Ranger, Green Beret.
Very cool.
Dude's
dude.
super funny, and his content's helped a lot of people. So
Yeah, I've been on his stream 3 times.
I've been down the whole divorce road, so I'm pretty.
I was
Yeah.
stupid and did it twice.
Well, luckily I only did it once. The opportunity to do it a second time came along, and somehow I managed to avoid it. So
hey, if you do it a third time, you at least can call it a turkey.
there you go.
Or a hat trick.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, I'm not doing it again. I don't even date.
Yeah, me either.
I'll talk to girls, but
I've been single for like going on 4 years now, and I don't. Yeah, I'm good.
10 years for me.
But Ken, you'll like his channel, I think. If you
What's
like
the
the red pill stuff at all, you'll like it.
What's the name of this channel?
Redonkulous.
Is it Redonkulous now?
Yeah. Redonkulous Regiment.
All right, I found him. Yeah, I'll have to give it a look.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. I did a ethanol talk on his. No, wait, I've been on his stream a few times now because I did a couple of call-ins too.
Alex, I've been watching a lot of that financial edit guy.
That Tony
Caleb
talks about.
Hammer.
Fucking yeah, Caleb Hammer. I've been watching a lot of him lately. It makes me feel better though, because like I'm not in crippling debt. Like there was this 26-year-old. She had like $70,000 in credit card debt. I'm just like, man, I'm happy that's not me.
And I was just about to say, no wonder there's such a mental crisis in this world.
Yeah,
I can't imagine having $70,000 in debt right now.
Well, I've noticed a trend. It seems like the women are usually the ones that have the worst debt than men.
Well, they carry a certain percent of the U.S. debt, like a lot. Like it's
women have, I think, like 70% of the student loan debt.
That sounds right.
They get stupid degrees.
That makes sense.
Underwater basket weaving, feminist dance therapy.
I said that earlier. Yeah, it's interesting, and a lot of young people are just clueless, dude. It's just kind of nuts. But
I went to school for automotive tech, tested out of everything. The only thing I learned there was how to run a Hunter alignment rack and rebuild transmissions. Everything else I already knew.
I too went to tech school. I did collision repair, and couldn't find a job doing it, but I'm happy I did it.
I'm a moron. I just graduated high school and
What? Hey, at least you graduated high school, dude. Like a lot of people don't. So
I went straight in, went working full time, switched that job to what I got now, and I'm golden.
Tell you, man, you need to start putting money into a Roth IRA, dude. $6,500 a year.
I got a 401k.
That's not enough. That's not enough.
You're telling me that I think it's 6%.
Yeah, well, a Roth is like 9.
Well, no, they match up to 6.
Like I said, that's still not enough.
That's 12.
You need to put $6,500 into a Roth IRA now every year, $500 a month.
Now's the time for you to do it because you're young.
You're young, dude. You're fucking young. I'm old as shit. I started late. I'm only at 60 at 65 out of $1 million. If you start now, you'll have like $3 million.
Hang on.
Of course,
Let
that'll
me-
be a tank of gas with the way inflation's going.
Let me show you what I put in.
Yeah, we're gonna be Venezuela by then, but like
That's what I put in.
you need to put that into a Roth IRA.
Well, I don't do that. I do a 401k, but whatever.
That's not good enough, dude.
It'll be all right. I'll retire. I got other accounts.
All right.
That's more than I get every month.
I can't make everything public.
Well, your shit coin doesn't count, okay?
No, not that.
Your Doge does not count, all right?
I don't have any cryptocurrency.
Well, you should
I'm
have
proud to say that.
Look,
I should have bought some.
Yeah. There is going to be a point, especially if they keep on trying to do this fucking no cash fucking bullshit they're trying to do and centralize the banks and everything. Crypto will see a huge boon. It should shoot up in price because if the government can see everything we spend because they took away our cash money, crypto is going to be the only way to buy things and keep it, under the
Okay,
radar.
so how?
What do you mean how?
There's so many cryptocurrencies.
Right. It doesn't matter. They're all going to see a huge spike.
What do you create value from?
The one probably to get in. There's two that you should probably actually think about getting into: Ethereum and actual Bitcoin. Them are the two that you should have some of, because like I said, if they take away our cash, though, they're going to spike hard because it'll be the only way to buy stuff without the government knowing, and that's going to be
No, it won't.
I was
If
gonna say
if you produce something like I make fuel,
Yeah.
and I can teach people how to heat their homes for $300 a year.
Yeah, that's
know?
bartering.
Yeah.
That'll still be a thing.
You
But
can get pretty much anything you want as long as it's not like a set of tires
I
or
can say
something.
I don't need cash. We all got skills.
no, that's fair. That's fair. But
Yeah.
still, you should have something, because like I said, if they push through that bullshit, we just need
Well,
to
then
go
everything
back.
in your Roth IRA is gone because the one that they want to do for us has an expiration date. It's a use it or lose it thing, so you can't save anything.
Yeah, that's what they want though. That they want us to eat bugs and live in the pod and own nothing, and they want us to be happy about it.
And I'm like, come out here and try to get me off my land. I dare
That's
you.
what I'm saying, dude. Well, they're trying to fuck us on that too. Every year, the value of our land keeps going up, and they expect, they want you to pay more and more tax on it. Why am I paying tax on something I already paid for? I don't fucking know. Because in the 70s, a bunch of fucking dumbasses decided they wanted to vote in property taxes, and
I'm tax exempt up here.
That's good. Good.
So I don't have to pay anything for my land.
Good. Fuck them.
Yep.
And why are you tax exempt?
Because I'm a crippled war vet.
Fair. Hey, Levi, I hear if you have like 8 kids, you don't got to pay taxes.
If I had 8 kids, I wouldn't have to have a job.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'd have to have a job.
I'd say that to a single mom. That was
Well, we need as much as I hate making laws prohibiting people's freedoms to do what they want to do, it's getting to the point where we gotta save stupid people from themselves.
I think there should be an income limit before you can have kids.
No, so you can't do that. That's too.
I think there should be an IQ test before you can be a politician.
That's for
there
sure.
Definitely be an age limit. Like there shouldn't be 90-year-old.
Thumper, there kind of is, but it's the wrong way. They're trying to find the dumbest people for the job.
Well, our problem isn't so much our government or the way that it's supposed to run. The problem is the people that want to be in government.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't get the engineers, you don't get the physicists, you don't get the smart people that have a brain. You get the people that crave power and wealth, and they just make themselves wealthy.
Yeah. Oh.
What would they do if everybody in the U.S. raided all of the rich politicians' houses and took their belongings and then went back home? What would happen?
That's the wrong question. If everybody in the U.S. stopped paying taxes, what would they do? They can't arrest us all.
Here's a better question: what happens if we get a coronal mass ejection that shuts down the grid for 10 years?
Well, I don't think it would be down that long. I feel like they'd have it up and running pretty quick.
Yeah,
Well-
but you have to replace all of your stuff that's not, shielded, like in a Faraday cage. It just so happens my house and my shop are Faraday cages, not
that's the thing.
intentionally.
What exactly fries? Is it like anything that has data? Like, is it?
Do you know how an alternator works?
Yeah, it makes a field.
Okay, you're cutting magnetic fields with copper wire.
Right.
Okay, so if you have copper wire in something, it can be electronics, any sort of like circuit. If it's a completed circuit, you can, and it doesn't have to be like, plugged in or turned on or anything. It can just be a completed circuit.
Right.
And what happens is a magnetic wave, a series of magnetic waves that are massive,
Right. Yeah.
pass through, and they induce a charge into every completed circuit and like large pieces of metal and stuff like that. If it's grounded, that's a completed circuit.
Right.
And people talk about how, well, if you got a car with points and carburetor, it'll run. It's like, well, it's going to fry the wiring harness. Unless it's a small one. If it just nicks us a little bit, we might be able to get the cars running pretty quick. But otherwise, if you don't have a spare wiring harness and the starter, alternator, all that stuff, in an old refrigerator or something that blocks it, then it's just like stick a fork in it, man. It ain't going nowhere.
A field around your wiring harness, or the center of your wiring harness?
No, a Faraday cage.
Yeah, so if you put that around it, you'd be fine.
Maybe.
I mean, we're splitting hairs, I guess, here, kind
Well,
of.
it depends on how big the electromagnetic pulse is.
Could they?
I don't know. Like the Earth has its own magnetic field.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Look up. There was a Carrington event in the 1800s, and it burned down a whole bunch of telegraph wires or poles for the telegraph wires because it overheated the telegraphs.
Interesting.
So my question is, can they build one that does the whole U.S.?
No.
For example,
A lot of military equipment is fielded against it, like aircraft and whatnot, because nukes tend to make EMPs.
Yeah.
But the sun just it can dwarf a nuke, the EMP from a nuke, and it can fry everything. So even if you have it in like a couple of Faraday cages and whatnot, and we get hit directly by a CME, it's just stick a fork in it. You've got
so there's no options
plastic.
really. I mean, if you're talking that much, you're probably dead anyway.
No, it won't affect you at all. Might make your fillings tingle.
There's always a chance we get hit dead center by a solar flare that's big enough to cook the whole planet. So, like, I don't know.
Well, I'm saying
the heat won't cook it. It's just it's a coronal mass ejection. There's a magnetic wave that comes out with it. If you've ever seen the pictures of the sun, there's like all these little waves that are popping up. It makes these light colored bands, and they go out. And sometimes they just like fling out into space. It depends on which way they're pointing. There's huge ones every day, all day long, all the time.
But okay,
it's just most of them don't hit us.
Right.
And this may be my brain malfunctioning here, but even if you had an EMP puts off of a pulse, right?
Yeah.
So that pulse has to have force behind it, right?
Yeah, but
it's magnetic waves that are moving.
A lot of force behind it, dog.
So when let's say I have a small EMP and I throw it at a dog, like a chihuahua, will it move the dog because of the force of the magnetic field going through the air?
No.
Well, here's a better question, right? Like the human nervous system, like runs on the same kind of pulses. So, like,
well, there is that cool thing. If you put an electromagnet on somebody's noggin, you can make them talk funny.
Well, that's my point, right? Like, if it's big enough to fry everything on the planet, it might be big enough, like, just to do a lot more,
Well, it could. A gamma burst from supernova. If we're in line with one of those that's coming at us, everything on the planet's just done.
Yeah.
It kills you at the cellular level.
Well, this is why I don't like to think about this stuff because there's nothing I can do about it. So, yeah.
Well, I like to think about it because it's cool science. I like science.
No, it definitely is. Like I know, but
And I don't worry about it. Something's going to get me, and it's like, well, as long as I got my cars built, I'm happy.
yeah,
At some point we all have to die.
yeah.
I'm going to leave a ugly looking corpse, man. I ain't trying to. I'm
Yeah,
going to be
I'm
that
not-
guy that slides in sideways and bashes into the pole.
Yeah, I'm not leaving a 10 out of 10 body on the earth either, so I feel you there.
Well, I don't even have one, so mine's broke. Oh my god, I'm so broke.
Yeah, I'm pretty broke these days too.
I hide all my brokenness. When you saw me down in Missouri,
Yeah. We were sitting
hide
down,
it.
I think, so I couldn't tell. That may be what it was.
I hide all my ailments.
You looked fine. Like,
Oh yeah.
you didn't look like there was much wrong with you.
Well, there can be.
Well, we weren't talking mentally. I mean, you could be mentally unstable, and I wouldn't know.
Well, I hide that too. But
I figured I had a,
yeah.
I had my suspicions.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. It comes from a difficult life, but it was a fun life.
Man, I've technically been going for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I started watching about 9:45 or so.
Oh. I don't know what else to talk about. We still got people watching too, which is crazy.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah,
Nobody's saying anything, so it's probably a bunch of bots.
It's either bots or a bunch of trolls seeing what we're up to.
So how does YouTube determine what's a bot and what's not?
They don't know.
Don't know. I mean, they figure it out sometimes. Like I'm sure they have.
Because that's my thing. Because a bot is technically a computer. A computer is watching my stream right now. Whether it's a real person or automated, what's the difference? How do they tell? That's what I'm saying.
Can't tell you, boss.
Yeah, I'm not too much of that kind of computer programmer.
Because this live should be a very good watch hour live for me. If they don't flag it for bots, which would be low for me.
Last time we did a live, you had that whole random group of people pop in.
They came back.
Oh, they did?
They were here earlier, yeah.
Oh, no shit.
So, which was awesome, which I appreciated.
Yeah, I liked that they came back too. That was nice of them, even though I was pretty sure they were fucking bots there for a minute.
Was that Harley Davidson guy?
It's a girl.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a girl.
And so her name technically isn't Harley Davidson.
Yeah, what is it?
Her first name's Harley, but
yeah,
she changed her name to Harley Davidson. Like the
Ah.
Davidson part is not what she was born with.
Gotcha.
Which,
Yeah, I got the chat open, but nobody's talking in it. Are you guys talking?
I don't see anything.
Nope.
38 POS just messaged me. Said, "Isn't anyone watching the chats?" I'm like, maybe I'll let me hit refreshage.
I mean,
I don't see. The last one I got was 2 hacks at 11:02.
That's the last one I see too.
That's terrifying. Should I refresh?
Hold on. No, that's the last. Like that's the same thing on your live. It was 2 hacks. Like I'm looking at the live, and that's the last one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, nobody's. Nancy Hacks is the last one.
Dylan,
Yeah.
I forget. And do you have any experience with the stock ECUs?
Who are you asking?
You.
No.
Well,
I don't.
anybody. Like, but I don't know.
I don't use. Okay, that's a touchy subject for me. The stock ECUs are not worth it for me. Any application that I'm doing, it's not worth it.
I mean, I think you're wrong, but
It's so much harder to do versus doing what I got now.
no, I'm going to agree that it is harder to do because the Holly stuff is very streamlined, and I like it. I like the interface with the Holly stuff, but the stock stuff can do everything the Holly can.
Oh, I agree, but it's for me the money involved in a Terminator or the Terminator X Max. It's worth me buying it for a project.
Yeah,
I don't have time to depin a harness. I don't want to spend what a BP Automotive does it, which they're out of Kentucky somewhere. They make harnesses and they'll flash ECUs and stuff, but at that price, I think you could get one for like $600.
you can get them off eBay for like $70.
Well, then what's your chances of getting scammed?
I've bought a couple of them so far. I haven't got scammed yet.
But I get that. I guess I don't know. To me, stock ECU is like I don't know how to explain. It's like going with the last girl at the bar.
No, Levi, Dylan, you just like to spend money. That's what it sounds like. You like to spend too much money.
And I've not seen one. There's not been one stock ECU project, not something in a factory car, that I've said that looks good.
I mean, if we're
My
like
opinion.
looks don't matter either. The cars that are fast or it's not. It could look like a pile of shit if it's fast. I don't care. Yeah, I guess.
I love looks. Looks matter when I'm building something for me.
Looks definitely do not matter.
Like if it doesn't look neat and it's not easy to work on, I hate it.
Okay, do you know anybody? Do you have a good repertoire with anybody that knows stock ECU stuff?
Nope.
Dude, I've been trying to find somebody to like come on a live and talk to me about it, or just
It's
talk.
because it's not worth it.
But there's a bunch of guys that's all they tune is stock stuff.
Stock, yeah, stock engines, yeah, anybody could do
stock,
that.
No. Stock ECUs.
Anybody going fast typically is not using a stock ECU.
How much does the Holly stuff cost?
Too fucking much, like
It's
$1,200.
$1,200.
Yeah, I paid $35 for my stock ECU. I'll figure out how to make it work. Thank you. And I have two Terminators, by the way. I have two of the fucking things. I'm not like saying anything bad about them, but like fuck
No,
her.
I don't think the stock ECU stuff's bad. It's just not worth it to me.
I got HP tuners, and that's so I can mess with my trucks.
See, I need to buy HP tuners. Like I keep putting it off. I just need to do it.
Because I do a lot of 4x4 stuff, and whenever I got to fix something,
yeah,
I can like straighten out a lot of the problems. Right now, I got a Cadillac that I can't get to work right, so I got to buy a Tech 2 for it. I've been putting it off. It's a GM scanner that lets you talk to the body control modules.
Yeah, I hate fucking body control modules. They're always fucking up.
Yeah, because the battery went dead and the dash quit working. You take the dash, you take the gauge panel out and you stick it in another truck, it works fine. But it doesn't work in the Cadillac. And I take another one out of another truck and put it in, nothing.
Right.
So, and it's also, I can also use it to make the drive-by-wire pedal. When you change the pedal, the sensor in the box, you got to get them to talk to each other.
Right.
You can get it to do that a lot quicker than waiting for it or whatever, because the stupid Cadillac just gave me a ton of fits about that crap. Gotcha. I finally just dropped the insurance on it and said it could just sit on the yard. And now the throttle's working good. So.
Yeah, I definitely need to get HP tuners. I've been trying to use the free stuff, like the free software, and it works. Like I deleted VATs on my ECU the other day with the free stuff, but the interface is just not doing it for me,
theoretically, what does stock ECU stuff require you to do?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you have to purchase in order to do a stock ECU? Let's say you started with nothing. All you got is the engine.
Like if you wanted to do it cheap, you could do it. You just need like a Bluetooth dongle. They're like a good one's $80, and you need a bench harness, and that's you can make your own or you can buy one for like $20.
What's
So
it take time wise to build a harness?
or you buy one, like whatever floats your boat. So you're about $100 into it, and and that you can that's for multiple ECUs. You can do that on as many as you want at that point. So the other way is you spend $400 to get HP tuners, and
Now,
the
is that
problem
unlimited?
the problem with that is you have to buy credits. So I mean, there's a way to get around it. So like I said, HP tuners is $400. The free software stuff, the hardware is $100. And you still need a bench harness for HP tuners if you're not in a vehicle.
So I don't remember who said it, but there was a really smart businessman that said if you can't explain an idea to a 5-year-old, it's not a good idea.
Well, I just explained it to you. It's either $100 or 500, or it's either $100 or $420.
Well, you said you talked about credits and all this other junk. I don't have time for that. I
Hey,
bought my
Dylan?
Harley. What's that?
Do you have it set for top chat or live chat?
I never changed it. I don't know.
Because 38, he's telling me that there were more comments, and then he opened another window and they're not shown. So it's like he can hear us, but I tried to type his name into the chat thing. It's like the chat shut off.
I didn't turn it off on purpose.
And I've refreshed the page and opened another window and a bunch of other stuff.
It's still live, man. I can see it. It's just there.
Here, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, it says you're the only one in there.
Yeah, I just commented on my own live and it worked. Yep. Talls is here.
Yeah.
Somebody else is.
Yeah, 38. Did you see that? Levi's, he put IBP or something like that. I guess he's talking about
LBP.
packing plants. And Tall said comment.
Yeah, I didn't change any of the settings. I don't know how. I don't even know how to turn it off. To be honest with you.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. Something might have messed up.
Because now we got 10 people watching.
There are 10 people in here. Why? I don't know. Weird stuff. Everybody in the chat comment. Or everybody in the video comment.
Spam us with comments and likes.
Yeah, spam us with likes. All the likes. Yep.
No, I don't know. So I'm the guy that if I can pay for it and not have to have the mental brain gymnastics of
And he
doing
says it's grade.
What's that, Thumper?
He says he's tried and it's grade.
That's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me try commenting on it from the video, like in here. All right, comment.
Yeah, Thumpers, yours showed up.
Oh, yeah. Racer, can you see what we said there?
I don't want to hit this button, but it's got having issues ?
That's all good. It's midnight here, guys. I'm gonna hit the hay. So.
All right, I'll probably stay here for another
late.
15 minutes, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good Christmas. My Christmas was today, so I'm just gonna go into the shop and work on some cars tomorrow. So.
I've been working on the house all week.
There you go.
Insulating. I had to build a little like temporary floor so I could get up onto part of the wall, out across from my loft. so that I could re-insulate the wall.
Hmm.
I'm turning
Yeah,
the house into a sauna.
All right, fellas. I'll talk to you later.
Yep,
Yeah.
I got to go too. I'll catch
All
you
right.
later, man.
Yeah, have a good night. And then there was one. Well, I guess I should probably just end it here. It is midnight. So 3 hours and 45 minutes later. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Live stream tomorrow too.